I was about to say, did I forget to take that off? I did. Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking. Now, in case you haven't seen the latest Butter Bunch video, this is new. Oh, this is new. Yeah, I moved to Spain. Talked about it before. Talked about it in quite a great deal, actually. But I did say a lot of stuff has happened this week, so that's something to bring up. If you're wondering why I've got a mountain in front of me, it's because I'm about to make a back home for the weather pops. So I'll be doing both of those things. But that being said, I'm not the only person who is here right now. This is basically my way of not only actually getting some progress done with weather pops, because I've been trying in any of my few and far between free moments of this week where I'm not either like out touring someplace with my family or meeting up with the principal of the school I'm going to be working at, or just in general trying to, well, buy some stuff for this very place, including the setup that you see right here. Well, you don't see actually. You don't see the desk that we actually built, or the monitor that we bought alongside of it. Then yeah. So this is my chance to make some progress on that, but also to test out the extremes of the connection that's here. Because Butter Bunch worked out pretty well, but usually whenever there's like there's multiple people on call, there's screen sharing at the same time, there's a bunch of other stuff going on. That's when it really challenges itself. So we're going to see what that's like today. And with us on this adventure is somebody who is working on something that is actually related, also entirely different. I'll invite Aidan on to talk about what his plans are for today.
You sound like you're in a gutter. And I'm sick and I'm saying that. Like, God.
You know why? My mic's not on.
Oh my God. No wonder you sound like trash. Hello? Is it working?
Yeah, switch it over. I think now it's switched on. It's set to default.
You sound a little bit trash still, though. Still sound trash. Treesh.
This is about the extent of that, I think.
What? I'm not muted.
You're saying you're muted.
I'm nothing. I don't know. I saw the word muted in chat. Anyways, I'm reading out loud. Also, Ghosty, I blame you. You know, your cold infected me through the internet. I'm gonna infect this whole stream. I'm gonna get
blaming Ghosty for. Okay.
For getting me sick somehow. Her internet infected my internet. I got sick through her and internet. Her disease can travel through the internet. It's magic internet. Also, you sound better now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'll just check.
You sounded awful.
No, I know that. Yeah, I believe you when you say things. For the record, but the strange face is because I think there's actually like strong winds outside. I might be working on weather pops in the middle of a storm. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's the real test right here. If the internet can
Hurricane
cope
pops.
storm, screen share.
Oh my
and
god, wait a minute.
everything else.
Hurricane pops, but each pop's human name is based on an actual hurricane name. We have
Okay.
Hurricane Katrina.
Yes,
We have-
yes. Yeah, you have Irma, whatever. Yeah. Harry, I don't know. Whatever. But I mean, yeah, but also hurricane is like a specific weather phenomenon versus, the whole, wide array that we've got here. Although we did find out that wind pop was exempt from this, and I completely glossed that over in my mind for some reason. We'll talk more about like the
Air
roster of
pop.
weather pops in a second. For now, we've got to introduce Emily because we've been waiting patiently in the back rooms.
Hi.
Oh,
I come to sit prettily.
dang, you're loud.
Okay.
Am I? Sorry.
I was gonna
Also,
say,
Ghosty wants in.
you're welcome to sit prettily. We can't see you anyway, so we'll take your word for it.
Also, I'm pretty sure Ghosty wants in, by the way.
Yes, yeah. I just my next step. I have multiple things like, okay, I'm gonna do this in this order. I'm gonna let the guest
Okay,
in, then check
so-
that, and here we are.
While Jacob does that, I'm gonna say I had this idea a few nights ago because all my best ideas happen like at 3 a.m. in the morning. Cause yay.
Same.
But
Relatable. Yeah.
I had this idea. Basically, at the time it was called Punk Pops. I changed it to Goth Pops, but it was Punk Pops at one point. But basically, the idea is edgy pop series. I see.
Oh my gosh. They made her emo.
Well, we
Well,
could have gone with
actually-
pops. Other genre of music that could have worked.
But yeah, so basically, multiverse story. We love a multiverse story.
Well,
So basically,
Okay.
the Goth Pops is like there's this alternate reality where everyone who's good is bad and everyone who's bad is good. I know, such a original concept that you've never seen in media ever. I'm original. Please do not steal that concept. So good. But yeah. So basically, the main protagonist, or one of the main protagonists, lives in this other world, accidentally steals a pop. It's a bracelet in this case. But steals a pop bracelet of one of the evil pops that Majesty runs, because Majesty's full on evil in this universe. It's not like main universe where she just has
Yes,
questionable
deliberately
morality.
fine.
She's full on evil. She's actually evil.
Yeah.
Full on villain. We love a villain. But yeah, so full on evil Majesty, had like the emo pop, the goth pops. I call them emo pops. Oh god. So many names. But yeah. No, like this one girl stole her ring, and basically, the pop, basically she gets tracked down by the pops trying to steal back the ring that she stole, or bracelet, in this case. But wait, what was his name? Someone the actual like super pop character. His name was Prospero. Whatever. I'm sick. Okay. I can mispronounce things. I have an excuse. Anyways, Prospero over here is all it like builds a dimension machine because he's like, oh yeah, we want to get help from like some other universe initially. But that doesn't really work out because the evil pops end up finding the base, and then the main protagonist ends up falling through the boyfriend's main protagonist of the main protagonist, or one of the main protagonists, ends up opening a portal to save his girlfriend, but he dies. He gets his head brain melted by the rock music.
Mind crush. Sorry, I had to.
Yes.
Jacob Bon asks
you
if
go
you've
first.
split
Ghost is here.
anything.
And with it.
We got a roster today.
Oh no! Have I spilt anything? Yeah, because he's talking
Oh,
about like
I can't read.
So white. No. I don't tend to I don't tend to go around like splashing water on the walls of places, unless my cousin's around.
Basically, the main premise of the show is the main protagonist comes from another world, but the pop group that she stole from came to the main world too, and basically she teams up with this version of the goth pops, like the main world's version of goth pops, and they all unite to stop Evil Majesty and her evil pop group.
Yeah.
Premise.
The moral is not all goths are bad, just 50% of them.
Just
I don't know
alternate
much
universe
about
goths.
anything. The most I know is that Majesty does some questionable stuff, even though she's supposed to be like a person. Apparently, I don't know.
As
I
I
called
say,
Immediately, so
as I said in the private chat, I think Majesty is the original villain of the Pops.
The
She
most
only-
I know about
like-
the Pops everything is from Bond's like parody thing he recently.
Like, if you look at it,
Well, that is a good place to start, I suppose.
also, if you look at it, Majesty only chooses conventionally attractive women to add to her pop groups.
I wouldn't say attractive. I see those designs.
He's going by food fight
Okay,
rules. Videos. I can't speak English.
English.
Okay, well, William, in that case, I'm going to have two provisos to that. One is that I think Majesty is the one who chooses conventionally attractive women all the time because this is most of the time we're talking about gacha here. We can't do different body types, levels of attraction or anything. And B, I think it's more of a case that Totally TV chose conventionally attractive women for the roles of the Pops rather than Majesty seeking them out for that reason.
To be fair, Majesty isn't meant to be evil. It's just, it's not intentional as a thing. It's unintentional, but it happens.
It makes it even worse.
If I had to give her an alignment, it would be chaotic good because she is on the side of good, but she does not care what method she has to get there that get to the greater result ultimately.
For instance, stalking her prospective girls.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, the gacha ones don't exactly fit that theme, but anyway.
Some of them do. Here's the thing: after gacha review started,
some of them,
more often than not, nowadays, people who are making pop series that have watched gacha review will make some sort of joke or reference to Majesty being absolutely unhinged.
It's almost like people realize after your stuff, they're like, "Oh, this
Exactly,
character's not so wholesome as I thought they were." Maybe let's make a joke about that so that we acknowledge that. Yeah, Majesty is kind of not the great thing.
Not
She's
the great. I'm Italian.
She's creepy. Not the great.
Speaking
of,
sorry.
How are you feeling?
Terrible.
Oh,
L.
okay. That is L.
I came in here for one reason and one reason alone. Slander. I did not get you sick, Aidan. You have
I blame you. It's still your fault.
but Aidan, you have a cold and I have a upper respiratory infection.
It
could be that. You don't know.
One is just annoying.
You don't know. I don't think it is.
I wouldn't really blame Ghosty in this case at all.
But you don't know that.
That was insane.
Our name.
Christ.
Aidan, you don't understand. My body isn't fighting the infection at all.
Yeah.
I'd
Tell him
argue
to flare up then.
I wish I could. Because this sucks. This really sucks. I've been stuck in bed for the last few days and I feel like garbage.
Have you at least gotten any antibiotics or anything, or medicine to what?
Yeah, I'm on amoxicillin 500 milligrams.
We need 1,000 milligrams.
I'm gonna pretend I know what amoxicillin is.
Yeah.
Okay, basically, William, Emily, amoxicillin is a prescription antibiotic. It's normally used for treating larger infections than an upper respiratory, like something more severe, and you take it 3 times a day. I've been taking it with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. since I got it, and I don't feel any better. I'm not sure what's happening. All I know is that my body is minorly self-destructing.
It's fine. If you die, we'll make a video about it.
What?
What?
No,
Emily,
sorry.
Jesus,
Sorry.
you
Sorry, get it.
cannot. You cannot. I am.
I mean,
Boy.
dang. Wait, but
I
like,
hope you
do
get
we
better. I love you.
Actually, no, that would actually be really good for views.
What?
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Think about the
But-
traction, guys.
But what about art?
I don't care about the views.
What about
Okay.
art? Though? What about art? I need art.
I care about the views for my non-existent channel, William. Christ.
Yeah, the one that you frequently post on and thus get views on.
Yes,
Wait, you know-
yes.
Wait, do you frequently post on it?
No,
was
that's
sarcasm.
the joke.
Oh, I knew
But
that.
I tried editing for Monster Compendium, sat in my chair, couldn't breathe, passed out,
Oh,
and stayed there. And I'm having a terrible time.
here's
I will
a-
say, trying to
here's
edit for
a
a series is
Discord
probably not a
hug.
good idea right now.
Trying
Discord
to edit
hug.
for
Eh.
anything is not a good idea. Also, Jacob, pro tip: when editing, a larger background is better for if you want to do more perspectives. Which is why I have the Claudia house all on one large background layer. Did you just send me a
Yeah.
GIF?
Yes. Discord
It's
hug.
gift.
I
I
can't. I would say it, but I can't pronounce that. I have a speech impediment, William.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Whoa!
Anyway, I'm
Profanity.
gonna. I don't care. I'm gonna disappear into the back rooms and I'm gonna die.
Okay.
If you die, message us.
It'll be good for views.
And I'll make sure these
We gotta get
fools
that
don't
content,
monetize off the
Ghosty.
death. No, no. We're not.
Ghosty,
No.
we either get content from you getting better or we get it from you dying. Pick a side. Come on. We're waiting.
I know
Jacob
which one
needs
I
those
prefer.
subscribers. He needs
I've-
those membership money.
Well, I've had.
Well, the butter bunch is
just-
the one who actually needs subscribers right now because you
Like-
know we
No
we
one,
need-
true.
we need
no
to
one's
get to
asked about the
1,000.
Butter Bunch except guys subscribe to the Butter Bunch.
Also, I'm just.
Are you not subscribed to Butter Bunch?
I'm going to say this right now, so if you guys do monetize off my death, I've had this upper respiratory infection for 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I am not improving. There, it makes it easier to monetize off my content. People will feel bad.
So we're starting a GoFundMe. None of the proceeds go to Ghosty at all. They all go to the Butter Bunch.
You two are getting cancelled. Full stop over this.
I feel like I'm already cancelled. Have you seen my old content?
Oh,
Yeah, by the way,
I was there for
Got
some of those
pregnant.
streams. It was hell.
by the way, Emily, speaking of your old content, I've been on the Chibi Nation Discord, and I saw one of your videos, and it was captioned, "Does anyone else remember this? It was just me."
What?
Oh, what?
What?
Wait, people on TV Nation know
What?
who Jacob is? Wow.
No, not
No,
Jacob.
one of
Emily.
Emily's videos.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
I don't know what
Steve,
Chibimation
What
is.
video? What video is it?
It's like it's a kind of
Um,
like gacha game made by one of the people who made one of the gacha mods, like a or
Someone sent this to me. What the hell?
Look, at this point,
here, no,
I
see if
I
someone
wanna
needs to make
see.
a mod for
See if
Gacha
I-
Life 2 that just makes it so that it has all the things Luna May promised us.
I just got
I'm
a
just more
heart
curious
attack.
to see
No way.
I want to know which video this is. Actually, that's what I'm curious
Yeah,
about.
that's the same.
I don't
Hold
listen
on,
to all my
let me-
videos. I might put them back up now.
Well, if someone has the link, that means they must have they were either done that before you
Oh,
listed
God.
it, or they saved the link.
No, it wasn't a link to the video. Somebody posted a GIF about it.
Oh, a GIF about
Yeah, someone posted a GIF.
How do they have a
Listen to
GIF?
me,
I think it-
video. What?
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure that Emily can
Uh,
identify the video.
Look, my only experience with
Emily's
gifts.
dying.
Whether or
But I
not she
saved
wants
it.
to identify the video is another question, but you know, it's
I
I
remember I,
just thought-
saved a. I remember I saved a GIF a few years ago of when I made an animation back then of like some weird Vine meme of just someone sliding down the stairs saying you're all going to hell, and I just remember saving that to Giazzo as a GIF or whatever. And I don't know why I remember that particular thing in my brain, but that's the most experience I've had with GIFs in like a while.
Honestly, I want to sit down. and just
hey
make a
Johnny,
bunch of
take a look
fallen
behind the stairs. Sure thing.
I want to make a
Sorry.
bunch of Fallen Angel gifs one day. Just like make a bunch of like reaction Fallen Angel themed gifs.
Okay, Emily, I'm sending it through Discord.
I need to see this.
Yeah. Oh, while we're talking about that, just to respond to what Ghosty said earlier, the reason I was making the background like so small here is because I want it to be like aligned with the school, and then the school was that tiny, so I just resized the school now and made it that larger.
Emily, I gotta ask. Do you know this? Is this yours?
I don't think that's hers.
That's not mine.
Oh
Yeah, that's
no!
Oh my
Thank
god.
God. I was about to have an
Yeah.
actual heart attack.
Okay, I need to
Okay.
see this now.
Yes, same.
It looks like it would be mine, to be fair.
Yeah.
But your version,
Naturalized.
your version of Elizabeth had a lot brighter red hair than.
Yeah, it was bright orange.
Okay, I've sent it to
I
Jacob.
mean, I do
and-
I
kind
was-
of like the dull red or the red. I do kind of like the dull orange, but like I also really like Emily, the shade she picked for his.
That gave me a panic attack, bro. But that did.
I swear I've
Oh
seen
no!
this
Someone
before.
remembers my content.
I
No, it gave me
Nice to-
flashbacks. I remembered that I used to be well known enough that I was going through my watch later playlist and I found the grape video. There was multiple. I found one
Oh,
of
the
the
Yandere Dev
grape
one.
videos.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I was like, I forgot people used. I forgot I was well known enough for that to happen. I also found the killing video and
I
like-
forgot about that. That's horrible.
bruh.
Also, Jacob, I admire your kit bashing ability. This actually looks kind of legit.
Never heard it called kit bashing before, but thank you.
I thought you said kid. I thought it's kid bashing abilities. I was like, I'm scared.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
We're all,
I
yeah,
just chose not
we're
to
all
comment.
confused, I guess.
Jacob,
it's just sick
Jacob
ghosting,
bashes
yeah.
kids, guys. He just goes wham.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Jacob Butter. He beats kids. We promise.
No. I'm ending that conversation right here.
For
Stand
legal
there.
purposes,
Like,
Jacob
teaching
does not
Falcon
beat
Tuesday.
kids.
Yes.
Oh,
You know, Jacob has killed kids for
What-
legal reasons. That's a joke.
Yeah, for like
Can you guys
for
stop?
legal.
I'm ending this conversation. Let's go to
Yeah,
another
please.
topic, please.
Okay, Eli's here. Hello, Eli.
Hello,
Hello.
Eli.
I think Eli had to go a second ago to like the Guardian Choir concerts, I believe.
Darn it!
Yes.
I can't. Eli will never know about goth pops right now. How dare?
I think she was here when you
And
were
it's
talking
okay.
about it before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Goth pops. The edginess.
It's the
Stop
toxic
saying edge. For the love of
gossip
God, my Gen Z alpha brain cannot handle it.
I'm only
But
Do
I'm
you
using
remember
sorry.
in alpha
the
terms make me want to
What do you
those
mean?
HTV adverts?
Skippity Riz? Skippity
Stop.
Riz?
Skibbity.
Stop.
Lady-
Yeah.
Please.
Remember the adverts? Ladies adore him because he wears edge or something.
Oh,
Oh
boy,
god,
no.
that'll
I hate you.
laugh.
I hate you so much. I hate you. I hate you. I'm turning off noise suppression.
Like, as someone who has a character that falls into the that
Yeah, we're all dying today. Can't continue.
We're all dying, yay. We all
I'm
die
gonna
down
say
here.
someone with a quote unquote edgy character. I appreciate edge.
Please.
That doesn't make me want to remember. Oh,
I
it's
keep
the
saying
kind of-
Edge and Aiden just said skibbity Riz. I can't handle this. It's too late at night. for this.
Kessin actually said Skippity Race.
I
Oh,
hate
so
that.
In one of the
I
half
hate
mounted
Alpha.
videos as a joke, they brought up my Skippity Riz or something from Zane. It's like,
Aiden,
oh,
I will
God.
smash you with a hammer.
Kessin.
Don't repeat it. Just stop.
Just shut up right now.
Foolish
Well, all I'll
little
say-
Lawrence. You thought your levels of Skibbity Riz could compare to my own. That's getting clipped. That's getting clipped.
You know what's
Oh,
weird though?
no.
Lawrence has not appeared in the newer Afma videos. You know, that's a gold
Why is that
mine.
weird?
That's
That's
because
a
no one
good
cares
line
about
for-
Lawrence, but that's not the point right now.
Afma cared,
Jacob.
okay, Afma
Jacob.
cared enough about Lawrence to retcon him in Love Love Paradise. She clearly cared about him at least.
There's a theory about
Weirdly
that.
enough.
There's a theory about that if you
I
watched
just think it's
Whited Out's
Afma's
video.
horrific continuity. Afma can't know continuity for the life of her. She is famously bad at it. Yay.
There are times when she will pay like absolute attention to detail and like bide her time for years on end for something. Like for the name One Last Time, matching the last episode of Her Wish, which was deliberate. But yeah, then other times it's like, hi Evelyn, nice to see you again.
To Evelyn.
Travis, Afmal, you're meeting for the first time? Wow.
God, when is Travis and when are they gonna actually? I hope they actually acknowledge the two Evelyns thing, because that if that doesn't get acknowledged, that's a massive missed opportunity. They don't even acknowledge the fact that there's technically two Evelyns. Because Evelyn in My Street at least isn't a character you could easily write off, because like her last appearance was like technically like in the middle of season 3 airing during the Fall Festival miniseries. So it's not even the fact that like her as a character is a lot more recent. It's not like she appeared early in season 1 of My Street and then never appeared beyond that. It's like she had a more recent appearance, therefore it's kind of weird if you ignore her. You know, like, dang. Especially with the Afmao, what is it? With the video where Afmao talked about best season 1 moments, where Evelyn was literally in one of the best season 1 moments. So I find it weird if she doesn't acknowledge she doesn't acknowledge Evelyn that in season 7. That's gonna be weird. It's like you already kind of acknowledged her again in that one like compilation video or whatever. So again, now I mean, it'd be kind of weird if you didn't remember her or find some way to incorporate her.
Yeah, there were a couple of things like that, but you know, I will say I admire the fact that that was not like a suppressed like result, like the fact that the vote came in, that one was in there. That might have like forced her hand a little bit, but you know, technically speaking, because we didn't see the polls like in real time, then you know, she could have, in theory, you know, just like amended the results, but didn't. So
We're just ignored all the
that I
comments
enjoy.
at that one moment.
What
You're
did I
like,
come back
oh.
to?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, but that's not what happens. To be honest, the part people cared about most of all was the part with Gareth and the feathers and saying I only have one eye and but I've seen all I need to see. That on its own in isolation could have been the clip, but the fact that they went beyond that. I did say in my video about this that like some of these selections of the clips and whether like they decided to like have the starting and cut off moments were a bit weird, but I don't know.
In the case of those clips, though, here's the thing, though. The Gareth feather bit only works really comedically well, even more.
Yeah.
Well, there's obviously the build up, but like also in the case of that comedic clip, like what's even funnier about it is like you have about giving her like really solid advice, and you have Gareth giving Kimmer not solid advice.
No, see, it goes beyond that actually.
Actually,
it goes
it would
beyond
be
that because actually at the start they both start with the same level of sage advice. It's only gradually where we see the difference between them start to emerge, where Garth gets like more and more unhinged and Afmal stays at the same level. It's like that. That's like the extra layer to that joke as well. And my webcam is glitching out right now.
Actually, it would be solid advice if Kenmo were a bird.
Yeah, puff out your feathers.
Maybe maybe that advice works because Garth is a fairy and we just don't know it.
Wait, question.
I have no idea.
Birds
Is there a different word for it? Is there a
birds
different
are
word for like
avian.
fans of
Birds are
Yeah.
avian.
I was gonna
Wouldn't
say
it
that's like different
be
word. Yeah.
avian E if avian.
Oh, it's just avians.
Yeah, because it's about to be like when. Yeah, it's like technically not furry. It's like the whole scaly thing. It's like technically the whole dragon quote unquote fursuit isn't really a fursuit. It's a.
Is this a
scaly
better
suit.
conversation, Emily? You've moved on from Aphmau to furries. You happy?
What did I come back to?
Like, I love what Emily's saying, what do I do? When meanwhile, like, everyone here has watched Aphmau. Like, what do you mean,
watched
what do you
the
do?
first 3 seasons. I don't know who Evelyn
We're
is.
talking
nor do
about
I-
the first season.
Evelyn was literally in season 1,
still
and
don't-
then she disappeared, and then appeared back in like season 3. So
Do you think I remember season 1? I was like 6, bro.
What, you mean the ones
That's
that you
the
have
season I
watched
remember
and
the
you
most.
specifically pointed out the ones that you've seen? Yes, we might think you would remember some of them.
Yeah. Don't know who Evelyn is though. I thought Evelyn was the ghost thing.
Well,
The-
yeah,
the-
she
Technically
is.
correct.
She is, but
But
she's
also-
she's also like the shy girl with glasses and the purple outfit who Kimber's dating.
Who? That
The
doesn't
guy-
help me.
Oh, Ross-
Yeah,
Ross-
Ken is recognizable if Emily isn't.
I'm gonna
Ross-
have
Okay.
an aneurysm because of
Kimber in
this.
season
Emily.
1.
Have you watched Minecraft Diaries?
No.
Oh.
Honestly,
This is
same goes
not
here.
gonna-
I've not watched that. Still.
Okay, right. Let me just lay out the scene here. So,
Okay.
season 1, episode 13, A New Year's Kiss, is the episode where we meet Kenma and Emmeline in My Street for the first time. They're known characters from Diaries, but we're not talking about that. So, as it turns out, it's Gareth, Lawrence, Dante's New Year's party that they're doing, and everyone seems to be invited. Ken and Emmeline all both join. Separately because they're like extended friends, so they've come to the neighborhood for a visit. And then it turns out that that Kenma actually has a plan to kiss Emmeline when the clock strikes 12. The typical New Year's kiss, the name of the episode. As it turns out, Emmeline is thinking the exact same thing. So they both go to Garth and Aphmau respectively for advice about this. And that's where the whole joke about them, they're starting to give like good advice going back and forth between them. But then Garth gets more unhinged and Aphmau stays on the exact same level of actual competence. And that's where the whole feathers joke started as well.
You've got
the end
to
of the
pluck
episode.
out your feathers.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized was a missed opportunity. So like we don't actually know how Evelyn and Aphmau met originally, right? We don't know how they met because, like, obviously, My Street Season 1 wasn't meant to have a prequel originally associated with it, and it was just kind of bringing characters from across several role
They
plays.
could have used that chance in Phoenix Job High once they knew they were going to have a prequel, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, here's what I was thinking, though. What if they were college roommates? Like, obviously, we had Phoenix Job FC University where, like, she was rooming with Tara, but, like, what if she had, like, 3 roommates or something, and, like, maybe her and Evelyn had a rocky start, and they argued a lot or whatever naturally or something, that could be an interesting Diaries reference.
This is true. I was going to say, what if Emma was actually like much older and we didn't realize? We found she was actually the high school librarian, but that's better. What you said was better. In fact, actually, now I'm thinking about it, they could have joined a sorority called the Babe House. That would have another reference. But anyway.
Actually,
Also, the dynamic would have been interesting as well. You have like the bookworm Evelyn, who's like like super studious, probably easily annoyed. Then you have like Tara, who's kind of crazy, obsessed with like Netflix, and that whole personality. And then you have Aphmau, who's kind of like pretty even tempered, pretty chill for most part. And you just have like the 3 in the room, just the comedicness you could get from
And
that.
I have said this before, but my favorite aspect of My Street Season 1 is the dynamic between Aphmau, Kane, and Kawaii-chan, who are also 2 people who are, 2 of them are polar opposites, and one of them is the middle ground between them, and how they play off each other. That's my favorite part of that season. So actually, what Aidan's saying here, yeah, I love that idea.
Honestly, the Babe House being a sorority could have been the lynch point that saved one of my 2 least favorite seasons.
And Donna's in charge, yeah. Bring her
Donna's
in as
in-
well.
Oh yeah, I love Donna.
Frat boy
and, like,
Logan! Frat boy Logan!
Oh my god!
Logan.
But no, seriously though, I love the fact that in Diaries Rebirth, the way Donna was written, Donna is great in Rebirth. She's like one of my favorite characters in Rebirth.
I'm just over here eating ice cream.
I have a burger. I'm having a hard time
Hey.
swallowing any of it.
Oh,
But
that's
it's
Oh,
not
well,
good.
but it's fine. You've told us what you're eating now, so we won't have to ask you and make you choke on it this time. So.
Have you considered a smoothie?
I have
No,
considered a
no,
smoothie.
no.
Have you
What?
considered dying on camera so we can use this as clickbait?
What? Oh
No.
God!
Don't do that.
No,
No,
yeah,
you
don't-
don't
don't
take it
do
down.
that.
Hey,
I'll get-
Emily,
I'll get
we're not doing this
demonetized for
again.
that.
We're
You can't do
not
that.
doing this again.
Ghosty dies on
Jacob, we're
stream,
already
becomes a real ghost.
demonetized.
Ghosty dies on stream,
Dang
becomes
it.
a real ghost, confirmed. Oh my God!
Also-
Wait,
Imagine being a ghost and you like possess people and like give them good art abilities because when you're possessing them, you can like draw amazing art in their body. It'd be awesome.
I wish I had a
Ghosty, can you
Oh,
die and
yeah.
possess me,
I
pretty
had a guitar
please?
battle.
Final break needs some work. Right.
Goblin Slayer. Have you
I know I have
considered
an artist.
death? Have you still want to reconsider death, Goblin Slayer?
Actually, I know one
Oh,
way
okay, I was
could.
here.
I know one.
Oh my God! I could have said my pitch. How dare you?
I'm gonna like I was about to say, I know one way I could die on camera for views. Jacob also knows the way I could die on camera for views.
What, drinking too much alcohol?
No.
I think it's referring to the fact that because I did like the lizard priest voice from Goblin Slayer Abridged that sounds like vaguely Russian. I think that's what Ghosty is getting at.
Oh.
No.
I was gonna say, it's the wrong pitch, so that's why it didn't work. Yeah,
You just.
but I'm pretty sure that was it. You know, it's like, and the cheese? Did they goblinate the cheese?
Glitchy face cam Jacob
Oh.
while doing that voice is it, bro. That's
just
that's peak Jacob butter content.
I will
By-
wage battles
by
in
the way,
name
Emily-
of the sacred cheese.
By the way, Emily, question: How is Background's Final Break going?
I made one.
That's good, I think.
School's been keeping me up on it. Don't do year 11, guys. Drop out before you do it. Just don't. Just
I'm
don't.
already in year 11. I'm sorry. High school, at least for me.
Well,
That's not year 11.
that's not year 11.
It's grade 11. I don't.
And I
care.
know this because I know your age. You're not in year 11. You'd be in.
We're just talking about grades 1 through
Right.
12, and I don't know.
I mean,
They-
no,
they
you
don't-
would not.
They don't actually match up. Year 1 is kindergarten, so
Okay.
whatever it is in UK, you take away a number, so it would be 10th grade, whatever that equivalent is.
Don't drop out in 10th grade. That's a terrible idea.
Actually,
That's not
I'm
high
gonna-
like
school.
sophomore year or
UK
something.
10th grade. Just don't do your GCSEs. It's fine.
So basically, study anywhere else other than the UK then, because
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
slap your eye just doing
Guys,
that.
I'm moving to America, so I don't have to deal with this right now.
I don't know. I think America's more dangerous for your health, personally.
I was about to say,
Oh, that's I get shot. Never mind. I'll stay in the UK. I'll be
I'm-
safe here.
I'm
And I get the health
That's
care
all.
provided with it.
To be honest, because I haven't touched them in ages.
and depending on the presidential election, we might be having a mass exodus of the United States. So don't come here.
No.
That's true.
well,
the United
well,
States
you
have
say
a
that,
moment.
but you say that, but like in 2016 there was a threat of mass exodus, depending on the presidential election, and I'm pretty sure not many people left because of that. They just rioted instead.
Oh god.
But
I
this
mean,
time
You
it's
remember,
real.
that's where the whole "not my president" thing decided. So
Oh God, yeah, Jesus.
yeah, that whole thing was when that happened. Yeah. Speaking of backgrounds, by the way, the reason I haven't like done anything on camera right now, like since this was finished, because I'm going in order. I have the scripts that I've written for Weather Pops here, and I'm picking out like which backgrounds I need. Next background is actually like a form room, and I'm actually debating whether or not to, because this is not set in the Butterverse, I could technically speaking just reuse some backgrounds from Gacha if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
Hold on,
do
need
I
to
want to or
look at
not?
this background real quick because I'm looking at this and I'm just thinking, hold on, I need to look at one of these trees. Is it on the Okay, it's barely not on the pavement. Thank goodness.
Yeah, so so yeah, because the thing is, I have to green screen either way, so I technically could look for like a different thing that might actually match the. Actually, wait, no, it's gonna match the background. Because if you see here, like these windows, they're quite something. So I'm gonna see if I can find something that will match them.
Actually, if you really think about it, you could keep the skybox of this background as transparent, and in your editing software, you can do a bunch of crazy things with the weather.
Oh, that is absolutely the intention. That's why I've left. That's why I've left it the way that I have. Yeah, this is ever since the remake of episode 6 of Mutant Girl. Yeah, I've decided that from now on I'm gonna have it so the sky can actually move around.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm having that problem with Monster Compendium where the skybox is moving around too much. Fun fact, I edit on multiple layers. It's agony.
Sounds like agony.
I haven't edited
Yeah,
anything Dutch related in a long while.
Then praise be you for Second King.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything online related since today when I made a thumbnail. Well, finished a thumbnail, and even then gave up midway through, pulled out a different image because I didn't want to do the front facing, and sent it off to Aidan.
Oh,
Don't you worry.
well,
Don't you worry.
I see that thumbnail.
You're still remembered. Apparently, well, I say, wait, no, you're not. On Junimation.
No, I'm not remembered. Good. No one remember me. Stop it. Get away.
Like as soon
Please
as I saw
remember me.
as soon as I saw the thumbnail,
I'm switching windows. That's why I've it's gone off.
What did you think about the thumbnail, Ghosty?
I was like, "Oh, Emily's gonna have a heart attack. Why is my voice dying?"
About which thumbnail?
The one I sent you about the thing I found on Junimation.
Oh.
The 2020
Yeah,
gotcha nostalgia. I thought
I'm
it was
90% sure I've
good.
watched that video, though. I'm not joking.
So tell you what, I found something out today on Freepik that's going to make navigating through it a lot easier. For some reason, I never clicked on the view similar option here, where you can just literally just search by the image and find if something that's mildly wrong with one of the options that you have. You can just do that. It's like, wow, okay, that's an instant game changer. Here's the method. Instead of worrying about what has windows, just get a version that doesn't have any windows at all.
Or you can do what I do and just green screen the windows.
Honestly, I'm more likely to put them on Fire Alpaca and just remove the and just make them transparent. Yeah.
Remove window.
Exactly. Yes. Or mildly fade window if that option works, but that's a dangerous game. Yeah. The issue I'm having right now actually is the fact that this is one of the things that is possible, but I'm trying to not do this. With all these desks here, that is great to have. However, it means that I would have to backface every single character, even the extras that I haven't made yet. And it's like, I know how to do that now, but I don't want to do it. Because I'm trying to make this easy. Apart from the first scene. As I always say, the first scene of everything that I do is always a complicated thing because I want people to capture people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, your definition of easy is not easy.
I agree with Emily.
That's mostly why I don't send Aidan any editing work. My definition of easy is different than Aidan's definition of easy.
Well, we've all seen how Aidan's definition of easy turns out. So,
AKA basic editing and keeping it at its finest, quote unquote.
I mean, every
No,
yeah.
The latest Mrs. Dysart episode is absolutely quaking. It's
Oh,
shaking and quaking. And then you have the people above, which was meant to be easy.
Yeah, and that has never gotten to part 2, I don't think.
It's technically
that's
in the
mainly because of
works.
like other projects and other commitments, not
Mhm.
not necessarily because of the fact that that it became too complicated.
I mean,
It was complicated on my own, but that was because I was accounting for the stuff they promised in Gacha Life 2 that they never delivered on. If it
yeah.
had been for those things,
That's
it
true.
would have been easier than it. Yeah.
At this
So
point, someone should just make a mod for Gacha Life 2 that just adds in all the things that were promised at this point.
Allegedly, mods are allowed, so you know.
but yeah, exactly. That's one of like the few bits of in the terms and conditions. There's like 7 terms and conditions, and that was one of them they put in. Like, so they knew the problem. They knew the issue that they were going to have.
Mm.
There's a lot of unpromised features, though. I want the option to copy and paste my own QR code, so I don't have to fiddle around with the
You mean
scroll
hex
wheel.
codes?
Yep, yeah.
Yeah. The problem is that Luname is probably never gonna do it, and never adding those things. I'm pretty sure he's been called out for it many a time at this point.
That one time, like what was it, like Flow Lady or Floette?
Flotalendi. Flotalendi.
Yeah. One time she was like, "Well, Luna May said he would do it. Why are you guys complaining that the features aren't in there? He said it would be in there."
He said it would
You
be
know,
in there.
Like,
Yes,
that
and Maddie
that
once said she
logic
wasn't a
makes no
liar. Look
sense.
where we are now.
That logic of just it not in there. He said it's gonna be in there. Like, bro, if it's not in there, then he obviously didn't deliver on what he promised. So it's like that logic doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, you know, well,
And
in the
for my
case of me bringing up her though, she's like a hardcore sip, and I'm pretty sure she had early access to the game
Yeah.
anyway.
She's also like
so
involved. She's also involved in the team. For the record, she's actually, for example, for the French translation of Gacha Life 2. I just and she's in the credits for that,
Yeah,
and is
so-
also one of the presets too. She has a vested interest in making people's opinions of Gacha Life 2 as good as possible, which is a Herculean task for the record. So you know she's doing what she can there, but
Yeah,
there's not
guys,
much that can be done.
Here's the thing. I even though I don't really tackle into Gacha stuff anymore, I do not care for Gacha Life 2 simply because it's just way more complicated than I last know with Gacha Club, and also, making poses for it not fun because literally.
Okay, I've mentioned this before, but every single gacha app has the issue what that people hesitate with it because it's more complicated than the one that came before it. Gacha Club was the exact same, and I'm sure that Gacha Life was as well. But again, I used Gachaverse once, so that's not really I don't really count. That's my experience. My experience is more with Gacha Club and how people complain about the interface with that one until again everyone got used to it and it became the standard. So if Gacha Life 2 had come out of the gate with all the stuff, then by this point people would be like, oh yeah, of course you would use it for this. Like, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I just don't know. And there again, like I wish that Luna Mai actually delivered on the things, but like at this point, it's like you just have to kind of take it or leave it. It's kind of the thing, I guess, which is just
honestly, at this point, Gacha Life 2 was definitely just purely a cash grab.
Like, if
knowing all the other gacha games, probably after like the first few weeks or so, it's probably just been abandoned at this point for updates and stuff. And I don't expect any more updates.
Actually, if you really think about it, Gacha Life 2 came out as a response to Chibimation, and Chibimation, if it comes out anytime soon, is going to be Gacha's biggest competitor. So, it's most likely that Luname was trying to get ahead of the competition and accidentally or purposefully released an unsatisfying product that wouldn't be updated.
I would say unfinished, honestly, because if he promised all of that and it didn't deliver, I think either he rushed himself too hard and didn't think about it.
Well, it was definitely rushed.
Sorry.
He was still working on one.
Jacob's webcam.
Jacob's webcam is having a seizure.
Oh, that's fun.
It's just frozen.
Yeah, I was having a moment and now it's just gone. Guys, that looks like whatchamacallit, arrow flag, the thing. Why is this profile picture Zane?
I haven't changed it since Lion Gates.
Okay.
Right.
It went from the Ace Arrow flag to Zane Roman.
Oh, it's back.
Is Ace Arrow confirmed?
gonna say people know.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't forsaken my ship.
Wait,
Oh
hold
my
on. Meeting
God.
areas forsakes one of your ships. What? Who do you ship me with at the moment? That's
No, I
the
meant
implication there.
Zane. The Zane ship.
Oh, okay,
With-
okay.
Koi-chan.
Mhm.
Koi-chan.
Koi-chan.
Yeah,
Right.
Koi-chin. Yeah.
Do I have permission to back up against the desk for that one?
Sorry.
Can I bash my head against the desk?
No, you
Just
do
try
not
and move
ha-
the microwave first.
You do not have
I mean-
permission.
I mean, if you die, that's also good content. So
No, we're not monetizing anyone's deaths here, Emily. We've told you this so many times.
Nah, we're definitely gonna monetize everyone's stuffs here.
We're not gonna become the next Logan Paul, okay?
What do you mean?
KW has requested to be in.
Alright.
KW's banging at the door and ringing the doorbell, begging to be let in.
I'll
And
get
by
the
that, I
car,
mean
hold
she
on.
asked once, and I'm exaggerating.
You make her sound
I
like
mean,
a cat.
This is how you lot like to join these. So yeah.
I'm gonna.
I
get off.
asked once, ignoring the pleading face at the end of my sentence. I asked once.
Also,
With 30 minutes
Oh god,
preparation
Wait.
time.
KW can have my spot because I need to
Oh.
take my medication and go to
I
bed.
forgot I had
Okay, feel
Okay.
better. I will hit you with the feel better stick if I have to.
Like,
Damn it! Now someone else needs to die on camera.
I don't need the feel better stick. I just need more medication.
You're right. You need
Yeah.
the feel better bat. Let me knock you out real
Well,
quick.
if
I'll
it's not
give you
working,
some.
that
I'll
means
give you
it's
some
a
of Doc's
restriction.
pills if you want. You know, Doc's pills are somewhat useful.
I mean, here's the thing: they will cure you, but they will have something else happen.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
Doc's pills
no
are the
offense,
best.
but I think one of the doc's pills would be more entertaining than me sitting here in absolute misery.
I forgot
We
I had
don't have access to the medicine table, so we don't know what's going
Oh.
on. I'm going to switch to William for a bit because I'm still deciding on backgrounds. So I think
forgot I
this
had
will be
this
more
as a
entertaining.
thing.
Also, Jacob, can you send me a link to Free Pick?
Forgot I had all these from.
It's just, just type in freepick.com and you'll find it. But yeah, it will work.
Okay.
I haven't used this app in a while, and yeah, I still have all these from
What
when I
is
was.
that?
Oh, it's your virtual cam. I can't actually put it on full screen.
Ah, hold on.
Actually, wait, maybe I can in this mode. Or this one. Nope.
Oh.
They all look the same.
No,
Well,
they all look the
that's a shame.
same.
That's a shame. Oh,
there we go. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
That
I
works.
I forgot I had all these because freaking the tail. Jesus Christ!
Patra.
I forgot I had all this.
We have Helen Moore at home. Helen Mort at home.
Oh my!
We have more winner at home. A winner at
More
home.
winner at home.
Oh my god!
My mum when I asked for mutant girl in the car.
We already have mutant girl in the car. Go with the
Yeah.
tail.
I don't have the login to that channel anymore. I don't think, but I have the I think I still have the file for that episode.
Yeah, Girl with a Tail is the Asylum knockoff version of Mutant Girl.
Oh my god! Wait,
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
the Dingo Pictures version.
I have. Oh my! No, it's wow now entertainment. It's wow now entertainment. That's how bad it is. It's
Oh
wow
my
now.
gosh, you have a tail! Wah!
I have the file. I have the video file.
No, I'm gonna dissipate into the abyss. Goodbye.
All right, feel
Okay.
better.
I
Is
haven't
Girl with a
watched
Tail
this.
still like on YouTube, or is it? Did you like take it off YouTube at some point?
I don't think I did. I just don't have the account information anymore. For
Oh.
the actual
Oh.
account.
Fair
So,
enough. I was
don't
gonna
know.
say I was gonna say if you did, then I still have the archive because
Hold on.
obviously I do.
Okay. Apparently, I spelled that horribly wrong. Hold on. I need to look at something.
You can't spell? Wow.
I'm not gonna be able to find it by searching it. That's great. Well, you know what? Hold on.
Look
I'm
up,
gonna put
just
it in
search
my-
Jacob's channel. Like, look it up on Jacob's channel, and then just click the link.
Oh, yeah, that's
Jacob
right,
has
yeah.
linked.
Yeah, probably. By the way, another thing that I like about Free Pick actually is that is that they have these like AI tags on here that means that you can tell which images are AI, so I know what to like avoid.
Oh, let me just
That's
yeah,
a-
I found
that's
it.
a nice touch.
Found the
And in case you miss it,
video as well.
it should be at the top. Yeah, AI generated. So in case anyone's wondering about Free Pick as well, they
Oh,
they cater to all audiences.
including the scums.
KW, you can
yes.
stay in the basement and like it.
Anyway,
Whoa.
so yeah, I'm thinking this should be like the classroom, the form room background. Because I need there to be like a front row that's available to sit in.
We can't
Particularly-
see that.
Oh right. Oh yeah, I forgot because I've
Also,
now-
KW is trying to
I've
get
now
in.
muted that.
Can I
Here we
be
go.
what?
This
Can
is
I
what
be
I
in?
meant. This thing here. All right.
KW is in the basement and can't
There
see
we
what.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's dark. So dark. Very, very dark.
I think we're
KW.
holding
That's
your
how all
breath.
my voice actors feel when I lock them in the basement. And Bon.
Dang.
Actually, Bon gets sunlight, but my voice actors don't.
Only
Wow.
Bonnie gets sunlight. Wow. You know, you gotta be nice to your animator, okay?
Yeah, Bon gets sunlight and gets fed every week. Everyone else gets no sunlight and is fed every 2 weeks. Get with the schedule, Aidan.
I'm glad I'm not in that circle then, because I'd be
I was
dead.
stuck in the shadow realm. Stuck in the shadow realm.
Okay, KW is a
Nah,
bit
you're in the
loopy.
purple realm at best.
Who is pinging me on Discord? I don't
I
even
think
care.
KW took acid.
What?
I don't know what acid is, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
I'm pretty sure it's a strong hallucinogenic. That's my understanding.
Oh, okay.
I have
So it
not
does make
watched-
sense. You would see the Shadow Realm on acid in theory.
Yay!
Oh my
I used
goodness.
it correctly.
I've been writing non-stop, by the way.
Should I continue this abomination I made like over a year ago?
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
Because
Why not? It's an easy
still have
project for
quite
you.
a few of the character models. Just that I haven't done that stuff in so long, and DaVinci Resolve can be the worst with keyframing and stuff. And
Then
this was
don't use
tedious to
DaVinci
do.
Resolve.
Well, it's the editing software I use, and like I would do it in Blender, but green screening in the video editing part of Blender is actually impossible, like full on impossible.
Yeah, I didn't imagine that Blender was designed like specifically for that, but yeah.
Where's my script? There's my Halloween script. Ha ha! I'm on the last scene, kind of, I think.
I should really do more writing or anything to do with Final Break, but I just not going to.
I mean, at least I did this in like the poorest way possible because I just
Is
did
Final Break canceled, Emily?
No, do
What?
not, do not,
Okay.
guys. My
Hey,
serious
hey,
past
Em-
is
Emily
haunting
can't.
me right now.
Emily
Hey,
cancels Final Break.
Hey,
confirmed.
no, Aiden! Is Fallen Angel Season 2 canceled?
Well, I mean, she said
Can't
she's
say that then when the premiere is. Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
that's remake.
Yeah, this is literally premiere.
Remake actually.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Season 1! That's
Season
season
what,
1!
wait?
Not
She's
season
onto
2!
something.
You
No,
say
Final
this-
Break
you-
is not cancelled, Bon. Guys, please don't leave me. I'm lonely and desperate. This is all I have.
Dang.
Oh,
Oh,
my cancel. Wait.
Yes, Mom! And I'm proud, huh? Because I can turn into a book! The best book it can ever be! Well, technically,
oh
that
my
was a
god, a
sci-fi
book
book.
I was gonna read.
It's the
I
only
can't
book
say
that
that I read Misfits on the train the other day. I didn't
Well,
finish
do you
it.
enjoy the book?
I-
Did you enjoyed it?
I read the first 3 pages and then got bored, so I can't tell you that yet.
Wow.
It was boring. Okay, like I was very confused. She just
Okay, ask me questions and I'm here! The author is here!
I don't know. I got to the part
I have it
where
with me. I brought it with me so I can reread it at some point.
mine's in my bag. It goes to
Isn't the
school
new
with me.
version though? Because I promise you the new version is 10 times
I
better.
also have.
No, it was the new version.
Too.
That makes it
I'm still
worse.
facing that one.
the new version of Misfits goes to school with me because it just stays in my bag.
The old version. Here's the thing: you can't get this version anymore because the way that like Amazon publishing works. So this is a limited edition, a lesser known rare first edition of Misfits.
Oh.
But no,
Jacob, wait. Signed by KW, it would be the most valuable copy in the world.
Jacob, but what's funny is that when Ghost Kitty confessed her mom didn't get the book for her, she somehow got the old version. But then when Jaws a few days later got my book, I asked him, does this have all the things for the new edition? He's like, yes, it does. So somehow, Ghost Kitty is the only one who has the old version, even though the new version is out there.
It's funnier when Ghost Kitty ordered it after I got it as well, and I have the new version.
Oh well, still get the new version, everyone, if you if you're interested.
Please, Bug 2 is coming out very soon. It's so close. But Alexander,
I'm ordering on the first day that it goes live just to make sure I have another first edition.
Yay, more of my friends' books I won't read.
Oh my god!
You have my one, don't you? You have Erasmus.
I do. I haven't read it. It's on my shelf.
And like the first book has a slow start because I like doing slow starts, so you can understand the world better, understand the characters.
Slow. Oh, I got up to the. I read for like 5 minutes. I got that sick of it. The first 5 minutes, I stopped reading on my hour train to London. All of a sudden, I meet this character, and now she's in a party, and now she has a twin brother, and now there's an evil death machine, and now someone's stopping her, and now the thing. I got through 3 pages of that book. All of this is happening. I'm so lost. You were in a coffee shop 2 minutes ago. Why are you now in a party trying to destroy the scene? Why is this all?
Not to mention as well the letter at the beginning that there's meant to come up later that foreshadows like
it did come up later. It actually did.
Yeah, exactly. So not only do you have like all that stuff thrown at you super quickly, but also like the vested interest in continuing, which is probably like a good combination because it means like, oh wow, if this is starting out this way and we still haven't even got to meeting the people in question that she's going to end up leaving or supposedly in the letter, then yeah, like how. How are we going to get to this point? That does help for the record. That's why a lot of anime will do the thing was like, yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here in this situation. Yeah.
No, I mean, literally so the headshot did that in the first movie if you think about it. So you're wondering this handsome blue furball here got here with a mad evil scientist chasing after him. Well, let me start back at the beginning. Something like that.
If I were directing the movie, I haven't seen the movie, but if I were directing the movie, the joke that I make at that point is like just play footage from Sonic 1. It's like, no, not that far in the beginning. And then like, there we are. That's what I would have done as a joke, but I don't know if they do that in the movie or not.
I thought we were going to talk about Manny.
So did I. Because the reason I did Gacha review today is like I thought that was going to come. People are going to still like have like some stuff they want, like Firefly with the space stuff, and
no.
Like that's why I didn't do Gacha review today. Because they're like, oh yeah, let's not distract that stuff. We'll distract.
Okay, well, I will say something about Manny because I actually sent this to Jacob a day or two ago, where she like posted this picture of herself, and she said, "I'm going bowling, and this is proof of me being a special needs kid." I was looking in my head. Guess the freaking wall.
You being a special needs kid as an excuse for your scummy behavior.
I am so sorry. I thought you said she sent me a picture. She sent me a picture saying I was going bald, and I was like, "What? What? This is a new development." I missed a whole arc here. In fact, no, I missed a whole book, a movie, and like a prequel. What did I miss?
And she made a comment saying, "This is proof of her being a special needs kid." And I'm like, "Girl, you're a freaking adult. You're 19. You're a special needs person or a special needs adult."
Now.
Autism Awareness Month? More like alopecia awareness month.
Second of all,
I do not
second of
think-
all, the picture doesn't prove your special needs. I am sorry, it doesn't. And I'm sorry, Maddie. We do believe you have this syndrome, but stop making excuses about it. Stop being a crybaby. You're a crybaby. I'm sorry. I have to say that because right now she is. Because she's like, oh, I might delete this channel because Jacob and his friends are like bullying me, all this drama. He should just leave me alone. And I'm like, we did try to leave you alone until your friends harassed me. I'm sorry, but I wanted to be left alone.
She did delete like everything on like that one channel for a while and then put it back immediately.
I'm gonna try and find something because I have no clue where it is. What I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the next scene that I gotta worry about is like a school front gun. Like I just use like the same background again. Actually, I might just use the same background again. I think in the vending machine actually.
I'm such a special needs kid that YouTube takes down my streams because it thinks I'm too young. I'll say that. Yeah, YouTube thinks I'm a 13-year-old. I don't understand that. I mean, they haven't recently took down my streams when reacting to like the new Sonic stuff. So thank God for that. But oh my God.
To be fair, I thought you were 13 when I first met you, so apparently I'm in cahoots with YouTube, guys.
Well, yeah. Then again, Emily, most people thought you were 13 when we first met you.
No, my Wednesday friend
No, you
session.
didn't. I was 16.
No, my Wednesday friend session.
Well, someone thought I was 16 because of my voice. The only thing that gave me away was I couldn't spell. And you were like, nah.
Hold on. I need to check.
Well, you are a gacha tuber, so.
Okay, listen here, buddy. I am in top set English. They called my class the elites the other day.
Okay.
This is a story. Sorry, I know we're talking about tea and the drama and it's spelled, but I want to tell you guys about the difference between my top set English teacher and my top set science teacher. So I get into my top set English class, fresh new classes because they messed up all of our sets. So now this is actually top set English. We get in there and she's going, oh, you were all the elite, so we're going to push you. We're going to make sure that you're all getting those grade 9s and 8s, which is like 8 A stars, 8 plus, or whatever the hell you guys use in your fancy freedom land.
It's a letter system. You're right. They would be like A's. Yes.
Okay. Well, I just got very confused.
Hyphen.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When you guys talk about Maddie, I thought Maddie was like 15 or something like that. And then when she revealed her age, I'm like, oh, sweetie, that's a bad move right there. Because now people are
the way
like,
she keeps bringing up her parents who think she was 5.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like the maturity of like from what I know of the situation, I've watched the video and everything. From what I know of the situation and everything, Maddie clearly, if she actually is 19 or 20 or whatever age she claims to be, if she's actually that age, the emotional maturity of someone that age should be way better than it is right now for her.
Here's the thing. I think everyone knows I am technically like a child like her. And I'm also trying to make sure I am mature enough to do like responsible things, taking care of myself and stuff like that. Especially like behind the scenes. On camera, I am a crazy child because that's like kind of like my persona on screen, Like I want to be that crazy stuff like that. I want, my videos, my streams to be entertaining and stuff like that, But off screen, I still have that child heart likeness, but I'm so mature. I'm like, oh, I probably should go to bed. Oh, I probably should eat. Oh, I should probably do this, yada, yada, yada. Take responsibility and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And, I even mostly talk to Jacob now to ask him questions and ask him advice on something like that, especially with communication, because I don't want to screw things up anymore,
I genuinely with the whole Maddie's gotcha stuff, I personally I've chosen to not get involved for the longest of time with that because I personally, if I've built this rule, if I don't get yanked into a drama situation, then I don't choose to get involved for the most part. Because it's not my place. It's like the Maddie's gotcha situation to me is just like I don't understand how
No, that's the
Most
thing.
people believe her
No.
nonsense.
When I joined Tree Pop's stream, worst mistake of my life, by the way, I regret it. By the way, Mighty came in and was trying to say, like, hi, I'm sorry about the drama. I hope you can forgive me. And I was like, I'm just going to ignore her and just focus on Tree Pop's questions and stuff like that, you know? Like, I was like, nope, going to ignore you. I'm not going to cause drama because I know if I'm going to say something, it's going to cause drama. So I thought, okay, if she knows I'm ignoring her and stuff like that, maybe she will leave me alone. But then she comes into my comments section and I'm like, hi, I hope you're doing well this afternoon. I hope you can still forgive me. And I'm like,
By
okay,
the way,
so
this is more or less
okay.
what Sense by Buns tried.
What I was like, okay, what do I do? Because
Now,
if I keep trying to ignore her, she's just going to keep coming back. But if I say something, it might cause drama. What do I do? Like? I was in like a tight spot. Like, yes, I could just delete her comma or remove it or anything, but I knew if I just do something that has to do with Maddie's comment, it was just going to go out of hand anyways. So that's why I was like, okay, well, I'm done with your BS lies. I want you to leave me alone. Like, that's all I said. I was trying to be nice. I was like, hey, I don't really believe you change. I want you to leave me alone. I'm done with your lies. Get out, you know? And yeah, and then drama happened. And then her friends harassed me because I said she had dug her own grave, and she did not make it in it until like an hour or two later. So now people think I want her to die.
What?
And
Oh yeah. So just to clarify this part, you're referring you're referring to when Maddie, in response to saying she dug her own grave, she said, "Wow, she wants me to die," and then. By the time I saw that community post that she made the edit saying that she consulted with a friend, and that friend told her that it was a phrase, which is more courtesy than I got at one point actually, for the whole like not living in the real world thing. But that's a whole other.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Also, that was in part 1.
I don't know much of what's going on, but has Maddie like properly seen or addressed that video at all?
She did. She's
okay.
She said, to be honest, I didn't know I was lying. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't know you were lying?
You're lying. Lying typically is on purpose, and you were clearly doing that.
You made those comments
you were
and
doing
deleting those.
every single thing on purpose. It felt like it's like, bro. Oh my god.
So before she made that edit though, her friends came into my comments and be like, why did you tell her you wanted to? What is wrong with you? Like, why are you upset with her? She's a good person.
Honestly,
so I was like, okay, I have to turn off my comments off because it's just getting out of hand.
Here's my question. I'm wondering how old her friends are, because if they're the same age as Maddie, they should clearly know what the phrase digging your own grave means. Like,
that's what one of her friends explained. I do know that one of her friends is 16 because that was like a thing that Maddie referenced before, which is another thing that's going to come up in part 2, actually, because there's some drama relating to said friend that was going to come up. That's why I know that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And then so I did turn my comments off, and I told Jacob, hey, her friends decided to harass me because she made that community post before she made it edit. I had to turn the comments off. I didn't know what else to do. And that's when he was like, right, okay, I have to make this video as soon as possible. And I even sent that screenshot of when Jacob said that. And said to Jacob, I'm like, I think May just took Jacob off. He's making the video as soon as possible. And she was like, good.
Here's the thing. If Maddie ever decides to come at me for no particular reason, like if she just finds out who I am and gets me involved in this, I will not be afraid to call out stuff like that. Because if I get involved without my own, like if I get involved in the slightest, I will be in there trying to make sure that the side that's in the wrong is proven.
Here's the thing. I think that's why she decided to not talk to me too much. Like whenever I talked to her, like the polls in April, or I replied to her, I got nothing, but everyone else got something because she knew that from previous history with me that I was very much gonna like call her out publicly, like I did.
I was trying to ignore somebody,
and yet here we are now. Yeah.
She and Josh even gave me a panic attack because I was like, I'm gonna play some Minecraft and mute her and just be done with it. But my notification bells keep going ding 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 because she keeps on attacking me, including Josh. And I was like, okay, I have to cut this video short. And I even said that on Jacob's live stream too, which you saw in the part 1 video where I was like, yeah, I had to cut the video short because I was having a massive panic attack. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? I'm trying to ignore this person. I already given my opinions, and I've been trying to talk respectfully. But like,
Yeah, I genuinely like when it comes to just like that. If I somehow get whipped into this or involved at all, I will not be afraid to fight back in a way that just like makes sense and has common sense. Even though I'm only 16 years old, apparently I might have more common sense than someone who says they're an adult.
no, what's funny is that also like when Jiro was watching the part 1 video and seeing the screenshots I have been sending him about the Maddie stuff, he's like, right, I'm going to read my Bible and tell you what these like actual Bible verses actually mean because she's using them in the wrong way. Like he's mad that Maddie is using her Christian belief in the most horrible way because he's also a Christian. Like he did not even talk about his Christian faith.
Last I checked, there was some like mistranslation in some versions of the Bible that made it sound like God was against LGBTQ people or something like that. That's what I remember.
Yeah, BB actually referenced this because Maddie used to quote that exact same like Bible phrase. She quotes it like, remember I mentioned like in the video that she made like 6 videos on me, only one which is like uploaded now.
God.
Yeah, that one that whole period actually she like referenced that specific like Bible verse a bunch of times, which is why I brought up Tower of Babel as a way to get back at her for that.
And then she talks about
doing your research.
No, you go on, William. You go on first.
Like, I'm just saying, like, if you really wanted to prove a point, maybe you should research it and make sure it's correct and everything. Just saying.
No, well, I was going to say that she keeps saying, well, you have to love your neighbors and your enemies and forgive them and stuff like that and love them unconditionally.
Oh, I have some people I'm never forgiving for actions they have done.
And then I was like, oh, really, Maddie? Then are you going to love unconditionally and forgive, you know, the LGBTQ people? I'm just saying, if you're supposed to love your neighbors and love your enemies, then that means you should also love the LGBTQ people. Because they're just living.
And in the case of people like Maddie, they tend to be like hate the sin, love the sinner kind of stuff.
You know, so I'll probably pull like something like that.
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And like, mate, go away. Your name is Samantha. No one cares.
What?
Sorry, I don't know who Samantha is. I don't think I know anyone called Samantha.
You know, I'm sure there are plenty of lovely Samanthas out there, maybe.
Well, here's the thing. I know
I'm coming for you. You haven't done anything to me, but I'm coming for you.
There are people who claim to be LGBTQ people, and they're not really LGBTQ people, and going really berserk and stuff like that, of stuff that I'm like, really, this is not part of that. Why are you doing this? You're making the LGBTQ people actually looking bad. You know, I will understand that. You know, we have bad eggs.
To be fair, everyone has bad eggs.
Everything has bad eggs, you know?
We're in the gacha community. We know all about bad eggs. Yeah.
People just like to bring up certain groups of bad eggs more than others.
I would like to challenge I would like to challenge saying
Bye,
the gacha community is bad. I'd say the Minecraft community is worse. So much worse. Oh boy.
Which is interesting, an interesting perspective actually, because a lot of people when I first started making gacha videos, they complained that I wasn't doing as much Minecraft, or when they found me through gacha videos, said that I should do said videos in Minecraft specifically.
Don't worry, my if you don't want to. Oh, sorry, I was just reading Mom's last thing.
In the case of Minecraft videos, I guess
most people don't really get a chance to see the worst parts of the Minecraft community because, you know, like you have the content stuff who like use like famous YouTubers and like make them look all inappropriate and put them in inappropriate situations where like a lot of small children watch it. A lot of people don't notice that stuff because they're not on that cursed side of YouTube.
I remember distinctly when I was younger, probably watching some of that content and only for 2 seconds, but still, I remember seeing that all over the place when I was younger, and I was like, "What is this?"
Sounds horrible.
When we were younger,
I'm honestly surprised I'm where I am at today. Honestly,
I just really honestly hate Maddie every time she talks about her syndrome. We're like, okay, we get it. You have this syndrome. And yes, this syndrome specifically, you could die.
She's using it as a sympathy card.
However, you're not that special. I will
She's
say that right
using
now.
it as a sympathy card, and she's probably also thinking it just makes her all like invincible and ever just using that. When it really doesn't. All it does is make your actions slightly less bad in a vacuum.
Like, here's the
And
thing.
that's it.
I will admit this. My emotions are kind of linked to my autism because I still sometimes struggle with regulating my emotions. That's part of my autism. But I am not going to say, oh, every single bad behavior I do or every rude comment or everything I do is my autism. If I'm being mean to someone, then I'm being mean to someone. If I am being, stupid, I'm being stupid. There are times where, yes, my autism does not like ride to what everyone is saying and stuff like that and make mistakes. But I'm not always going to blame my autism every single time for that, if that makes sense.
You just can't blame things like a disability for things that are clearly in your control.
Like the whole question by the sun, isn't it? Like I will say, yeah, that's my fault. That's my bad. I will not blame my autism on that. That was my fault. I should have like done things a lot better, stuff like that. I should have thought clearly on what I was doing. But after talking and stuff like that, we've been doing pretty well, and hopefully get more episodes out as soon as possible once the break is over and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say as soon as possible would have been today because that was your free time, but we did this instead. But in usual circumstances, once we do return, we're gonna return in style.
No. Like that's why I was like, hey guys, can we actually take a break?
Now.
Like when you say like, oh yeah, I'm going to Spain, right? Are you in Spain or?
I am, yes.
Okay, you're in Spain,
that's
right?
new location,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you were talking about how you were going to Spain. So I was like, hey, you know what? Since there was Maddie drama and Jake was going to Spain, why not let's just take a break? And then once we get into the swing of things, I've been starting going back into live streaming, so I'm back making content slightly. But this time I'm actually taking a new route with content where I'm like, okay, I actually want to do this. I actually want to do that and stuff like that. But then like pressuring myself to make content, So that has actually been better for my health and stuff like that. Actually like making less content and actually enjoying the content I want to make and stuff like that. So it's like it actually works really well for me, honestly. So I am actually really excited to figure out a good day to do Quest of the Rising Sun because I'm like, okay, we're getting to part 2, stage 2, and Nathaniel and Hera are somewhat together right now. So let's keep this ball rolling.
Yeah.
Exactly.
By the way, when are we actually doing Quest of the Rising Sun next? Like, are we gonna try to do it next week, or are we gonna still be on break during next week?
I would have imagined Thursday would be the time, unless said otherwise. But we would discuss that on the server most likely. Like
I think Thursday should be fine for me. I just don't want to be too late because I have to like go eat dinner and stuff like that and doing other stuff.
Oh,
like
chat! Thursday is not fine for me.
Oh no. Do you know? I know for that. Would say I cannot do it because that's also another session I cannot actually miss because Evil Arc.
Yes. If people haven't seen KW's Discord, that is a thing that's has been highlighted on there.
I did say something in one of my sets like, hey, if my profils are changing, that's because in a D&D campaign, I'm changing my profile pictures to relate to the characters, like character arc. So now we hit my evil arc, so it's like time for evil. This character, I don't want to spoil who this character is, particularly just because that's kind of be a spoiler on my
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
So, well, we know it's not Hera, even though Hera's the only one that you stated in the alignments when we did the character sheet that Hera was evil. I was like, no, she's not.
Well, no,
she's really evil.
Lawfully evil, but yeah, I'm like, oh wait, this does not fit our
Evil.
character. As soon as I started playing as her, I was like, this does not fit her character. Why does it make her lawfully evil? Okay, yeah, she has an evil family. Sure. She has killed. Sure. But has she done that recently with this party?
Imagine that defense. Like, yes, Your Honor, but it hasn't happened recently.
Oh, yeah, wait.
We don't have court very quickly.
Well, when we're talking about lawful evil, my friend, who does the Maya Briggs stuff and needs like character representations to understand the meanings. I found out the best comparison for lawful evil while talking about one of my characters the other day was, and I quote, the start of Nazi Germany, and it was, if you're ever playing a lawful evil character, think about the Nazis. And I went, don't tell me that. Thank you, Era.
Was that KW screaming and laughing? I'm not Aidan. I couldn't
Yes,
tell.
that
If
was a
they're
KW
screaming,
scream
it's
laugh.
KW. Okay, it's either you or KW. Let's be real. Actually, if it's a car, it's if it's regular screaming, it's you or KW. If it's laughing, it's Jake, and if it's a terrible comedy, that's all cancelled. It's me.
Well, it has to be a screaming bird for it to be KW. So there we go.
Your Honor, I haven't killed recently. I broke up with my family. I'm not loyal to them.
Your
Well,
Honor,
go
they
back. You're the end of court.
or it doesn't count. Your Honor, that was 6 months ago. Like, forgive
but,
me, Father, forgive my sins.
No, but
Go
like,
back.
It's like, go back to
It's still
Gacha
going
This is
against
what they
the
say
court.
whenever there's like, I made this video a month ago. I've changed so much. That was one. Of
Okay,
Jason's
listen
yeah.
here,
Oh my
you little thing. I can't say the word I was gonna say. You little stick of butter.
Mm.
no,
Like
man.
noodle.
Your Honor, I never said to ignore me is to ignore God. I never said that. I promise.
I'm s- we
I
have that
object!
proof. Yeah, true.
Evidence, yeah, evidence A, the screenshot where you say it, read by Emily.
I
Yeah.
never said to ignore me is to ignore God. You'll delete the comment. Of course you're gonna believe that you never said that. What?
Yeah, the Venn diagram of damage control between Maddie and Mr. Beast is, not very wide.
Oh my God.
Bro, what the
Oh.
The fact that you went there,
King.
Jacob. Holy hell.
king?
Oh.
I mean, if you think about it, they've both tried to delete evidence in order to look better. So
Oh God.
Oh.
And now
you're
they're doing
right,
something
do
with Logan
that.
Paul at KSI. Lunching.
Oh,
A
yeah.
better alternative than Lunchables, of course. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Totally not containing the
No.
lead poisoning because Prime. They got called out very understandably. And I'm just like, yeah,
Dare
that's
to
what
you.
you get.
What happened to YouTubers, man? Everyone. Oh, DTM, you have crappy
See,
toys.
now they're all
Oh,
diddling kids
DTM.
or getting cancelled for some other reason. Like, I'm a bit sick of it. Can
Well,
y'all
the
just
street
be
thing about
normal?
ice-
No. No, here's it. Like, DTM were just like, man, what happened to YouTubers? And then like, Logan Paul and kids are like, well, shut up, man. You made crappy toys for kids. Oh, you did like
That
few
was
views
years
of-
ago.
And oh,
They're
you
either
did
dead,
these
diddling
candy-
kids, or doing something else. I don't
There's a
know.
big difference between like merch items from other companies that you like get sponsored to like promote and like do like collaborations with. That and there's differences between that and just making your own company and product. And
Here's the-
clearly, Dan TDM has not been making his own company nor products of his own company. He's been collaborating with other companies, unlike Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul, that make their own companies and their own stuff. That is just crap.
And also,
Like,
here's
there
the
was
thing.
actually-
Like, no, I was just gonna say one more thing. Like, also the thing that the kids keep bringing up about the video 9 years ago, he was just doing funny, like silly challenges with some of those candy, and he also
Yeah, I got.
and he also
sponsored.
did one other candy video where he was opening a box of candy, so that he never exactly promoted or anything like that. Oh yeah, this is so healthy for you. He's like, hey, this is a box full of candy. He literally
He
said
was
it's a box
sponsored.
full of
There's a
candy,
clear difference.
Japanese
He was
candy.
sponsored. Yeah, like again, a clear difference between being sponsored by a company to promote their products and then creating your own product. It's like I don't
This video is sponsored
understand.
by Toko Treat and Sakurako. It's not.
Right? No, every time I just like. Also, I just love Jessica. I backed up DTM, and everyone sounds like, if you mess with DTM, you mess with some of the YouTubers. I was just like, yeah, baby.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. No, you know what's strange? They actually had a way better way to harm Dan TDM if they wanted to take this option. Because if we're talking about the case of like a bunch of like particularly classic YouTubers getting cancelled, they don't realize this, but Dan TDM is actually credited a lot of his like career success, or at least like in the early days, to specifically like the support shown by Sky Does Everything.
Oh,
If they brought up that, bear in mind that KSI was the person who like actually properly dissed them in the first place.
Right? Yeah, no.
You would think that would be like a that it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked, but it would have been a better leg to stand on if they'd gone that direction. Not
What
saying
does
that's
Sky
like,
Does
accurate.
Everything do? I did not hear about that. Did he diddle
didn't it do?
kids?
Oh no, they didn't do that.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought
Um,
I only know from like Sky Does Minecraft, and obviously we all know Minecraft YouTubers. Anyway,
We were just talking about Dan TDM, like.
okay, well we know most Minecraft YouTubers. All right, there are
Like,
a
here's
few
the thing, like the
exceptions.
OG classic like Minecraft YouTubers have friends and stuff like that who did some bad stuff and then broke ties. For example, L4Lee. Like Sammy cut ties with L4Lee because he knows the truth and stuff like that. But he never really said anything, or his
he
partner
didn't acknowledge it
Squishy,
to save his audience.
because he was protecting kids, because kids were watching his content. They didn't want to bring anything up until like L4Lee
Probably
for
should have
some
mentioned
reason.
it, to be honest. Probably should have mentioned it to like safeguard them in case something happened to them. But anyway, I can see the logic. But
Well, it meant on his channel. They didn't say anything on his channel at that time. But then Squishy had to make a comment because, like, I think a few months later, L4Lee was trying to say lies again. And so Squishy had to say, so actually, this is the truth of what's happened and stuff like that. And so, and it's been pinned ever since. I don't know what video it was or anything like that, but yeah. So like when Sammy did where he cut ties with L4Lee and stuff like that, I think he already cut ties. So when L4Lee went say goodbye L4Lee, that was not L4Lee. That was like someone else pretending L4Lee
That was
to
the
try
body
to
actor.
to write off the character and stuff like that. And I honestly didn't know what was going on. I thought L4Lee actually had to go until I did my own research, or like years later, being like, ooh, that's what happened. Well, anyways.
I just realized that
That's Alpha Lee. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not who I. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's,
don't know this person, but
Yeah, but like, if people would try to say, well, they collab with this YouTuber or that YouTuber, I'm like, well, yeah, that was ages ago, but they had cut ties. Your point? You can't bring up old stuff of all the time, you know?
You could say the same for MC Championships. They've had like 700 problematic Minecraft YouTubers on there, and then had to remove like Wilbursoot, for example. Whether he did stuff or not is up for debate, which I won't start because I'm scared.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, the only thing I will say, I did hear like recent news that Shelby's cousin actually said that Shelby was lying. I don't know if that's actually the case, but a lot of people were saying that Shelby's cousin has speak out saying that Shelby lied. I'm not saying that Shelby actually did lie. I'm just giving.
Wilbur already
information.
apologized for this, so like.
Yeah, Wilbur admitted it, which what throws me off. So I don't know.
Why? No. I'm not saying like Wilbur is innocent. I never said that. I'm just saying that Shelby's cousin apparently was saying like some things did happen, yes, but it wasn't to that extreme. And like Shelby is like again, this is just rumors as of right now. So all for we know, it could be lies again and stuff like that. You know, like honestly, I'm like I don't care at this point. I'm like I just think Wilbur has made a lot of mistakes. Like I think he made like tons of mistakes in the first place. Anyways, that's just what he did to Shelby. You know, like there is always something off with him. Every time I watch his content, from time to time before that sort of stuff happened. If that makes sense. So.
Yeah. Well, once you know that what's happening, you start looking for signs that you would have missed the first time round.
What does this stream become to?
Yeah, it's like I
Stuff,
mentioned,
no idea.
yeah, it's like I mentioned Mr. Beast one time,
Now we're talking about controversial YouTubers.
This
and
is like
everything.
talking about politics as like your family dinner.
Oh God, not topics. No. I'm already scared for the election vote. No.
Honestly, as long as I'm not getting affected by it, I don't really care. But I don't know. It's Canada, so I have no clue what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like there will be some like good ramifications for you, but they won't be like as severe as the local ones.
I was going to say, I was just like going to. I was like looking at you like, aren't you Canadian?
Yeah, it was like I will wash my hands of the situation of my neighboring country. It's
I'm never going to the United States, and that's a fact.
I don't come to
The
America,
United
please.
States scares me. Like, are you guys good? Because
No, they're not.
I don't.
They're
Well,
not
here's the thing.
okay.
there should be a Reddit thread saying r/are the Americans okay? You know how like are the straights okay exists? Yeah.
Well, here's
Oh
the
my god, yes.
Here's the thing, we can be okay, but the problem is because of politics, we never are. That's the issue. Because there are times we are okay, but then suddenly something happens and it takes it to a political standpoint and it just causes chaos. That's what I come to realization. Every time there's one tiny thing that's happening, not in a political way or anything, just something happened and turns into a political standpoint. And now you're either the left or the right, Democrat
This would
or
never have
Republican.
happened under so
I
and
just
so.
don't care about politics, to be honest.
I don't.
The little things set them off, but the school shootings don't. Okay. Okay.
Here's it. I don't really care about politics because the two candidates right now both suck. I'll be honest. Every time I hear both of them talk,
Last I
I'm just
checked,
like-
Joe Biden dropped down of the elections on Ice Cream Day. If that's true or not, I have no clue.
I'm just like, I know I can never say I could do better because I don't know anything about laws and stuff like that. But God, please, can we have a better Republican candidate and a Democrat candidate?
It is kind of like the equivalent of what everyone does when it comes to like sports matches, where it's like they talk about like, the performance of this particular athlete. They know they can't do better themselves, but the fact that athlete's in that position is that opens up to.
They need to change the system so that freaking they need to change the system so that convicted felons cannot become the president.
I will agree to that. Actually, I will agree to that.
I would have thought that would have been common. That's not an already.
Apparently not. Okay, here's the only thing I will say. This is like I only like one president that Obama they got help with health insurance. Like without Obama, we wouldn't have insurance. I will say that.
My favorite president's Roosevelt. Franklin Roosevelt, not Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah,
I'll
I
clarify
don't know
that.
the president. Barack Obama, I think.
Emily, this is part of GCSE. You will need to know this.
I haven't learnt that yet. I just did my local site one, and I went there, and that's when I drove past the place I told you about because we were coming back from there, and I saw a sign, and I was like, "Wait!" I texted you. I just did that. I've done the Normans. I've done Nazi Germany, and I haven't finished, but we started Crime and Punishment. The Making of America is next term. Gosh, Jacob,
Okay.
get the GCSE curriculum that you don't know right.
I would have thought that you would have covered like Roosevelt first because, well, first of all, he was president around the time of like of some of the stuff that you have mentioned, and secondly,
yeah.
like at least for me, we actually covered like from like the Roaring '20s to the Great Depression to World War II in that order because it happened in that order. So I'd have thought if
We
you got to
did
World War II by
actually-
this point.
I
Yeah, I
don't
literally
know. I
learned,
haven't learned America yet. We did how the Great Depression led to Germany's little economic crash in year 9, but it's not been covered in like GCSE yet. It is on like my thing. Like it's convoluted with the first paper. It's Nazi Germany and the making of America. So take that how you will. Anyway, like it's those two, and then it's those two, and then the other one is Normans and Crime and Punishment, and then it's the History Around Us paper where you go and you study a site, and we went there on Wednesday, and it was cool.
Well, all right then. I definitely feel like you probably. Yeah, I would hope that you would cover like the New Deal at some point, because that's like the missing gap in between
No,
like
like,
a few of the things that you
I'll
mentioned.
tell you
family-
when I get
when
there.
I was still kind of in school
Alright.
before my siblings went to college, sad times. They grow so fast. Anyways, shut up! Shut up, Jacob! Shut up!
That's just the way that you like reacted. It's like... like I can relate to that sentiment, because I mean because also before I went to the airport, actually, let's see, my cousin asked to like leave like just like her football practice early so she could come like say goodbye to me. When we actually saw her, I was like, wow, you've gotten like much taller than the last time I saw you mere months ago. That is somewhat frightening.
God,
Right.
you're both so old.
But anyways,
I haven't told you how old my cousin is.
we watched like a interesting like documentary that talks about like much into details about World War II, but we kind of stopped because it went into so much detail. Like it was like, okay, is this a little bit too much information, or like we weren't sure what's going on. Sometimes we were like, oh god, they were saying a lot of stuff. But then we also watched this very really interesting Netflix documentary called How You Become a Tyrant. And they just talk about like the different tyrants that we know from like years ago and stuff like that. Like it started with Adolf Hitler and what kind of tyrant he is, and then they start going into more details how you should be like a tyrant and stuff like that.
Again, not what I would have started that off with, but good example, I guess.
Right? No. I don't think that was seriously the first episode. I just remember that was like one of the episodes they talk about like his history of as a young boy becoming who he was and stuff like that, and why he became like technically what you would call a tyrant. But then they said, well, he's not like the worst tyrant. And it goes to like the worst to the worst to the worst, all the way to the one that we know of in North Korea. I think the North Korea tyrants was like the last episuld, honestly. So it was just really fun to.
The one that we all know, he who shall not be named.
I can remember his name. Okay, I just know he exists.
Yeah.
I just know he exists.
Yeah.
I'm just.
It's amazing.
Look, I'm trying to remember his name, but then I'm just like, oh god, it's hard to keep up. I'll just call him Mr. North Korean guy.
Mr. And the winner of 2024, Mr. North Korea, is Kim Jong-un.
Oh, yeah, guys. Melissa, don't turn up when we're talking about King Jong-un. Go away. Come back later.
That's his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
I like the way that, as much as we said, oh yeah, let's not talk about politics, I like the way that we talk about politics. Like our politics, like they're fun. Anyone else's. Also, finally goes maybe a quick gift. Check my DMs. Okay, sure.
Oh, wait. While Jacob checks his DMs, KW did speaking of teachers. Okay, I'll tell you in a second because he seems excited, and I don't want to ruin this right now with what I was about to say.
Okay, hang on a second. I need to put it in thing. It's where
He needs to put in the thing with the thing into the thing within the thing into the thing
exactly.
to export the thing.
Exactly.
Shirley, do the thing.
There you go. Look at that.
Weather
Woo!
park.
Let's go.
Hosting like the magic again.
Right, Emily, what were you gonna say?
Yeah.
Okay, now the excitement's over. In year 8, my history teacher showed us a clip of the film focused on Poland during Nazi times, which was not called Poland at the time. It was called Greater Germany because they did not want Poland to exist. And it was the pianist. And she showed us the clip of them chucking the wheelchair guy out the window, and he fell to his death because he couldn't stand, and salute the funky Nazi man. And so they just chucked him out a window in front of his entire family.
Oh God.
And then he splattered on the floor, and that actually happened in real life.
What? Okay, Emily. Hopefully this doesn't sound like rude or anything. It's just my weird thoughts. Why did you say that story as if it's a bedtime story to kids? Like, so this is why you shouldn't be a bad kid, kids.
Have you heard German bedtime stories? This isn't that far off.
Remember, kids, I can't say that. Never mind, I will just get cancelled.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have impulsive thoughts.
Do I need to smack them
I think
out
it
of your
intrusive,
head?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that would be intrusive, bro. I don't know. It's too late for this.
I was going to write the last scene, but I was like, nope, screw it. My brain cannot work anymore.
Can any of our brains work at this point?
Look, I
Wait.
hate myself because technically I'm on like the last 2 to 3 chapters, I think, of Part 2 of Misfits. But my brain is like, hey, guess what? Since you are writing the character Alexander, because I mean, obviously he has to return in some way, shape, or form. I mean, come on, why would I write a bad guy in the first book and not appear in the second book? That would be a little bit weird.
Yep.
And so
Definitely.
every time I write Alexander, I'm just like, what am I doing again with this character? Oh, that.
Obviously, there were a couple of things about Alexander that came out of like almost nowhere for me. But again,
Like what?
you get,
Wait, like what? Like what? I need to know.
the whole blood curse.
Is Alexander
Oh.
the twin?
Yes.
Oh, his whole existence came out of nowhere for me, so I don't like.
Dad, have you? Okay, hold on.
It was like fairly quickly in the book, though.
I think I had a brother, and I was like, Alexander, and I'm like, bro, I thought this was a marvelous
Emily,
story. What is happening?
I'm gonna show my Facebook quick. Hi, YouTube. Please do not cancel Jacob. Here's the synopsis on the back, right? Let's read what the synopsis says. Separated at
I
a
didn't
young
read the
age.
synopsis. I didn't read the
Mina.
synopsis. The font was too ugly, and also, why are the pages so like big, but the
I don't know. Blame
bloody
Amazon.
text is tiny, bro? I'm squinting.
What do you mean tiny? Look at this.
I meant
Separated
the
at a young
pages.
age.
The actual pages. That font's just ugly. That's like the worst text. It made me want to die.
Like,
Okay,
no, it's
I
not
will-
my fault.
I will
It's not
just
my
show.
fault.
Yeah, I will just show. This is what the inside of the first edition looks like. The second one, I don't know, but this is
Let
like
me show you
Oh,
it looks like this. It's more novel-like. I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to make it
Okay.
tiny. I was trying to make it more easier to read with spaces and stuff like that. For some
Yeah.
reason,
It didn't help,
Amazon made it more tinier than it's supposed to be. So
bro. I'm sat on a train trying to squint reading that thing, and I'm like,
So why would
I tried to fix it. I promise you, I did try to fix it, but Amazon's like, "Ew, no, make it tiny." I'm like, "Why?"
No, yeah, that happened with Erasmus too. There are some first edition Erasmus books that look like first edition Misfits, which is why I was like, oh my goodness.
Anyway, the son now this. Separated at a young age, Amia grows up to become a deadly mafia member while her twin brother, oh look at that! It says twin brother! Look at that! Twin brother is adopted into a mysterious rich family with a secret agenda. When Amia finds out about her brother's dark plans, oh look at that brother! Brother's there again! She has now to take him down with uneasy eyelids as she meets in Everfield City.
I think I read the synopsis. Also, oh wow, twins separated at birth. How original.
Oh my goodness.
I
To be
didn't
fair,
say
that's
it was original!
I didn't say you said it was original. I'm just saying it's not original.
Technically, the story is. Technically, the story.
Oh no,
has
twin
some
main
original
characters. Who
stuff.
would do that? Don't look at Final Break, guys. Don't question my twin main characters at all.
Whenever I said this
I like twins as a concept, though.
many times, Misfits and Cryptolands were originally one and the same.
Bro, we don't talk about Cryptic Lands, okay? Cryptic Lands is just... Sometimes I forget Cryptic Lands. I think I blocked out Cryptic Lands from, like, PTSD or whatever.
Honestly,
Like, I don't... That's gone. It's just evaporated.
honestly, like season 1 was, I will say, pretty bad with the pacing, and like it has a story, it does, but the pacing sucked. So the story was technically terrible because of that set pacing. Season 2 was, oh boy, complicated because like I was overwhelmed and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? Let's just turn it into a book, a fantasy book. And then I went to bed, going to sleep. And it's like, hey, use these characters from Crypto Lands in your sci-fi book. And I'm like, but fantasy book. I want to write a fantasy book. My brain is like, no, trust me. You want to write sci-fi. Just trust me on this. And I'm like, fine. And they're like, oh yeah, Baba Shark Dream? Make shark aliens. Because why not? It's like, okay, sure, why not?
Oh my
So
god,
short.
wait, that just gave me school. I have school stories, guys. It's been 3 weeks and I have an epitome of like 3 stories I need to tell. I want to finish my story from earlier, by the way. So pretty much my English teacher, right, was just hyping us up and was like, yeah, you guys are elite. You're amazing. The best of the best. Get into my science class. Like, a lovely teacher. I said class very weirdly then. I walk into my science class, actually right set, so literally half of the old class is gone. New class, I'm like, okay, new seating plan. Gets in. You know what the first thing she says is, welcome to top set. I'm going to make you cry this year. Along with other sentences as, you guys don't need a social life, you have GCSEs. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to die here. I found out what it means to be in proper top set with the competitive smart kids. So I don't think I want to be here. I'm a bit scared. English is lovely, damn. I have a lovely time in English. We were doing creative writing at the moment. She was like, yeah, okay, this person shows an example, has very obviously used a character she already has in her head. So it's a wise idea to create like an original character you have all the information about. She gives us a creative writing assignment, and in my head I'm going, wow, I have 17 at my disposal, all with complete backstories, looks, voices, everything. So I stole 2 of them and made a whole creative writing. I stole the Final Break setting just in the future. Stole 2 of the characters and imagined what their somewhat past could be like. Twisted the story a bit. Off I went. I made a lovely story. Top marks. Was having a great time.
Yeah.
Love English. Just writing out stories. I think she was expecting fancy. Write a story about a mysterious place. Writes about an abandoned school and insert the aftermath of the events of Final Break. She was not. She was very like, oh, wow. I think I scared her a bit. 17 sacrifice. Exactly. 17 perfectly pristine people I can ruin for the purpose of my enjoyment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oops, murdered them. Also, I'm house captain, guys, so now I'm just properly projecting on this series. I'm just shoving everything in there now.
I'm not sure if everyone knows about the whole like house captain aspect of that yet. Unless they're...
I put it in the audition video.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. All right. Yeah, his thing is that because I already knew about it, so by the time that audition video came out, I was like, well, I mean, I'm gonna audition for this anyway, so I don't need to watch the video in order to. I'm already sold on this.
It was on the audition cards, because, yeah. Ghosty wants in, by the way.
Oh, she's back.
Okay.
In back
Back from
rooms.
the deed.
Yeah, she's probably been triggered by whatever the heck I'm doing right now. It's like, well, I don't know why this wasn't working the way I intended to, so I'm just I'm just improvising right now and trying. I don't know why the transform thing doesn't work as well. I'm trying, guys. Anyway, here
Sometimes I forget KW's name just is like KW capital letters. I thought Ghosty was just yelling at KW. No, that's just how you write the name.
Okay, Jacob, have you tried it to free transform? Or are
This
you just using
specific-
regular transform?
Well, I need regular transform for this image because the sizing has already been done before. Like it was because I did free transform for the actual vending machine on this window here. So for this, so now that I've got the full image, I need to put this like the background lines. I just wanted to see the vending machine, and that was it.
Don't mind me just making my.
Because I want to fade into this background at some point, so I need it to be the same resolution as the background. It like without the without the school in front of it. I had the same technique for the Christmas special Music Girl.
Like, understandable, but my suggestion would be to flip the image because as of right now, the perspective looks a little off.
Okay, well, let's see. That can be done if I think it was hidden. All right, let's see.
Ah! Don't mind me. I'm just making my son.
Oh, I didn't save. Okay, hang on. I
I kind of
to
used it for
press
the
enter.
thumbnail.
Okay, now if I... Oh, now the vending machine's gone again. Dang it.
No vending machine for you. Suffer.
Try shifting it over. Just shimmy it over a little bit.
I can't anymore. It's merged to the background.
Why did you merge it?
Because I already aligned it with where I wanted it to be originally.
Okay, follow my instruction. Click transform.
All right,
Click it.
I
Now
clicked it.
go over and shift it over. Click the image and shift it over.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That didn't work before for some reason. I don't know why, but it was. But every time I did that, it would just like move the actual wall as well, even though I hadn't merged that together. I don't know why, but thank you. I guess.
There we go.
I guess it's wanted to humiliate me a bit. You know, that's how it goes sometimes.
Like, this is my revenge for you pointing out during the Monster Compendium editing stream that I was putting more work on myself. This is just my comic
Fair enough.
revenge, I guess. There
Fair
we go.
enough.
The perspective looks a little better.
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
Oh, zero.
But anyway, KW, I was about to
Yes.
say, someone who bought the Misfits book, the first edition is printed better than the second edition. You might want to talk to your publishing house about it, or contact Amazon Publishing directly via an email.
Mm.
Because
I can't read anything.
Like the second edition, and the only reason why I made a second edition because I'm looking back, I'm like, why is there so many like grammar issues and stuff like that? Wait, hold on a second here. So I went back to fix all those like grammar errors and stuff like that, and also add more details to the story or cut things out that didn't really make sense. And I was hoping, and I tried to keep it in the same format. So when I went to do the second release, yeah, I don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah, contact Amazon Publishing via an email.
I
Because
forgot you bought my book.
how did you not? Well, fair.
I don't think
Yeah,
you
we
just
don't always talk
mentioned
about
it. I
this.
don't think you have mentioned that you bought the book, so that's why.
Well, that's because I don't publicly announce my purchases unless I bought something stupid for the purpose of putting it on camera.
Fair. No, fair,
Or,
fair, fair.
or you know, I'm buying a maid dress for Jacob, which is something I still want to do. Get over here.
I just came back and heard buying a maid dress for Jacob.
I think that was something we mentioned like years and years ago as a joke on a different stream or a gacha review or something, and then that just like spiraled. I think it was like Taming the Bad Boy actually, where that came
Actually,
up.
no.
First.
That was Taming the Bad Boy where it came in first. And then there was Lion Gate,
I
where
need to get something. Do I have? I don't think I have the thing for here. But if I
Okay.
had one, I would do something right now. Really
there
dumb.
was Lion Gate where I think it was Ian and Garth were dancing to Rockefeller Street. And Jacob
Oh,
said on that stream, if this stream gets more than 7 likes, I will buy a maid dress. And I was like, yeah, we can make that happen.
Oh.
And
Jacob.
And then
now
he
I'm
it's one of those life
committed.
goals I generally forgot about.
Jacob, why did you say that?
I have no idea.
And now I'm
I have no
committed
memory
to...
of this, but fair enough.
But no, they do want me to get the clip for you, Jacob.
I believe you. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I don't remember saying it.
Why does this not look
Like I have over 2,000 videos. I don't remember everything I say in them.
This does not look right. Why?
Just
But
want
yeah,
to cutely bring in the reference I bring in every so and again that the first ever stream I turned up of Mr. Butters was a Taming the Bad Boy episode 12. Premiere, reaction, okay.
I don't know if this is that's more of a cutely thing and more of a trauma bonding experience, but fair enough.
To be honest, I make most of my friends via trauma bonding, so I understand, Emily. And
Mine wasn't
William
even
as well.
trauma bonding. My mate was just like, hey, come watch this funky guy. And it just happened to be Taming the Bad Boy episode 12. The very first stream I showed up in, and I just never stopped turning up. And now I'm here. Remember, kids, follow your dreams, because one day you'll end up on a Jacob Butter stream.
I guess you figured it couldn't get worse from there, right? So you must have already experienced
Well, the next day he
lows.
started reacting to Athmel, so I'm sure we were already on a great decline from there.
And then there's Melissa in chat that says Jacob in a
As the
maid
Athel was
dress
the
sounds
decline from Taming the Bad Boy.
horrifying. Yes, that's exactly the intention, Melissa.
So, wait, Gussie, so you like the font of the first edition more of Misfits, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I like the font of the first edition more. Albeit, if I were to publish it, I would put in Times New Roman 12 to 24 point. But
I have
that's
a
just...
request for it to be the size of every other book and not bloody 50 feet long.
Yeah, I do realize it's a bit bigger than like, I don't know why. It should be the same font and everything.
I want it to be same size as the rest of my books. It's 10 times taller. Same with Jacob's, actually. They're both in my school bag right now. But
I
they
was gonna
did
say,
sit
I'm
on
pretty
my
sure
shelf.
the new edition of Rapmus actually is fixed. I've checked. I checked like the actual on the actual like payback version. And that one actually the Kindle version was always fine, but the payback version took a while.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
for some
sure
reason-
I fixed that.
For some
Oh,
reason,
then I
didn't
don't have the newer version because it's not the right bloody. You know how normal books are just that cute aesthetic. They're all the same size normally, and then you have both of your guys' one bloody 50 feet tall.
Not about
In the
all
roof
same
of my
size, but
bookshelf.
a lot of them are
Wait.
roughly the same.
Most
size.
of the
Depends
cute
on the thing.
aesthetic size the rest of them have, and then you have your guys' one going, I'm not like other girls, I'm a bit taller, I'm special. Like, bro, shut up before I
Like-
can press you.
Emily,
Sorry.
that's because of Amazon's publishing house. It normally prints the books bigger the first time, and then on the second round, it prints the books at regular size.
But then I have KW's
Yeah.
second edition, so you'd think they'd be a normal size, but no.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. So like the edition I have right now, like the one that I think this is the one that I suddenly quite finished. It's on Arial. That's why is it on Arial? Wait, what?
Yeah, I was about to say Arial is kind of not an excellent font.
Yeah, do Comic Sans.
No, I was going to suggest something like calligraphy or Times New Roman, depending on what mood you want to go for.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Wait,
think I think you mean like calibri, right? Because calligraphy is the whole like art
Yeah.
itself of.
Yeah, I meant
Oh
Oh
calligraphy.
my god! Oh
I-
no!
Can
meant
you
cali-
imagine a whole book in calligraphy though?
Honestly,
Oh,
I would love that. That
I
would
think-
My
I think
second
that
book
one
is
of
also
some, like,
an
13th
Arial.
century
Oh
ones.
no!
Yeah.
How am I gonna update the words? No, I don't.
No, see, you got to put it in wingdings. You got to put a whole book in wingdings.
Yes.
Yeah, like if you put
Guys,
in
I'm gonna write a whole
wingdings,
book in wingdings.
actually, that has kind of a counterpoint because if you put all of your writing in wingdings, some
Okay.
early 3000s nerd is going to translate your wingdings book into regular text.
I think the reason why I just kept it at Arial so I could just read it just a little bit easier as I'm doing like the rough draft of it, and I just forgot to change it to what it actually meant to be.
Like, what is it meant to be?
Bigger font. That's all I know.
Like, why don't you just double space? Like every other regular book on the market, instead of making the font bigger.
Cause I think it's because when I was reading like other books, they don't do that, and so it's like I thought that was some weird thing. But then as I'm like writing more, I was like, double spaces should be a thing. I'm like, huh?
Okay, KW, I'm going to ask this question now. Do you
Yeah.
need an editor? Do you need someone to check over your book before you post it to Amazon?
Probably, but I may need to find a way to do that without sharing like my private email. That's the only thing. I think I have ways, but that's going to be a little bit
Homegirl.
tricky. Because my family like set up, like when I was younger, they set accounts up for me.
You could
like,
you could just let's make a like a new Google account or something. They'll have a new Gmail attached to it, and then you can just use that.
Yeah,
instead.
I'm using like Word's document though because I found it a
Word.
little bit.
Yeah, so you can send a document over via the different email accounts. Then you can then that'd be fine.
KW, I'm so disappointed in you. Word.
No, actually, don't.
What do you think I used for Erasmus back in 2018?
Emily, don't diss Microsoft Word. Microsoft
I'm dissing
Word.
Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is
Microsoft
pathetic.
Word.
I'm
Here's the thing,
dissing Microsoft Word.
Here's it. I wrote the first. This is a bad mistake. I regret it, but I wrote the Misfits book 1 at first when it was just like a skeletal little story to try to remember things on Discord, and then I transferred it onto Google Docs. But then when I did that, it didn't catch all the things that I need to be edited and stuff like that. So when I transferred it to Word's document, it actually helped with my writing a lot better, including the second edition. Yes, I could have done with a different font, but you know, it does help writing better.
For me, it was kind of similar with Erasmus, actually. That I wrote the book by hand, and then actually so I had it like transferred over into Word. And that was the one thing that I knew existed at the time. So by the point where I actually finally in 2018 like got around to like actually fully what they working through it, was like, well, I mean, it's in Word currently, so I guess I'll send that over, and then they'll hopefully do something with it. And by the time we got the actual edition, it was like, oh dear, they did not. I thought it was got the Kindle version. It doesn't.
That's because Amazon Publishing doesn't know how to handle material. And I wouldn't post
Yes, so I
anything
learned that
on
the hard
Amazon Publishing anyway, because right now the algorithms are being clogged with AI smog trash.
Yeah, no,
this was
fair.
2018,
Like
so yeah.
an AI book about Donald Trump that I have read, surprisingly, because I wanted to see how bad it was.
Donald Trump is the most discussed in the media in the few years ago.
How dare you? Jacob Butter, I'm coming to your house with a tennis racket and a dream.
Bring a maid dress and we got a deal.
Okay, that's
Oh
okay.
my
Wait,
goodness.
which one
Okay,
has?
so I think I've reached the end of part one. The only thing that I would, as in like the backgrounds I need for part one of episode one of Weather Pops. The only thing that I would do is if I knew how to like
See you
actually like
later,
change the
Melissa.
lighting so that it would look like it wasn't like a entirely different time of day than broad daylight, which is what I need for this scene. Then I would, but I have no clue how to even start with that. So I'm not gonna start looking up like tutorials while streaming. So for my intents and purposes, I am done with what I set out to do in the stream today.
By the way,
Okay.
you shift the colors, add lighting manually.
Yes, but that's something I need to like look into how to
Honestly,
do.
why don't you just do that?
Sorry,
don't
it's
mind.
just because my art app lets me do that like fairly easily. Like you just
Anyway.
change the colors. I don't know how you
Wait,
do
what
that
font did
on
you
there.
say?
Yes, this is the issue. I'm sure there is a way to do it. I mean, there's a whole section here that says color that I'm sure has something to do with that. But I need to look into that, and now is not the time to do so. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
the only reason I probably still will publish on Amazon just because my first book is up there, so I want to do for the other two books because I feel like if I try to do something different, people will have harder to find it because everyone knows like my first book is on Amazon at this point.
yeah,
It's,
we all know.
So, and I'm trying to find the font, but it looks like I don't have the Roman font. Unless it's like a different name.
The hell you
It's
mean you
Times
don't
New
have the Roman font?
Oh, it's time.
Okay. KW, honey, it's called Times New Roman. It is a default Microsoft font. If you don't have it, then download it. It's right there. Look it up. Times New Roman.
Don't worry, sweetheart. It's just the only one of the most common fonts in the world. It's fine.
There it is. I found it.
Bye,
I found
Melissa.
it. Okay, I found it. Okay, but how do I transfer that to all the words on my book? Oh, that's
You select it and then click it.
You select and then click. Also, Jacob,
Yeah.
I wanted to say one thing on stream. When I pointed out that Aidan doesn't do editing well, I am more likely to trust you with editing things than I am with Aidan.
Aidan can edit really well when he tries and doesn't use terrible PNGs for an entire episode and then says it's my favorite episode so far.
Yeah, he puts his effort into Fallen Angels, almost all of his editing power into Fallen Angels nowadays. With Mrs. Dysart stuff, that's a whole other matter because his idea of what we said before about people above versus Mrs. Dysart, his idea of minimalism and mine are very different. Like my idea of minimalism is, I'm not going to go overboard with stuff, but I'm also not going to compromise if I want something to if I want the visuals to actually convey something in the story. I need to make sure that still comes across,
Okay, 20 is really big.
I'll try to streamline the process. That's what I mean.
Okay. Right around the middle, maybe 16. Yeah, that's big. Oh, that's actually really big. Oh God! Ah!
That's what she said.
KW.
Sorry.
I'll share my screen. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Oh
Okay,
my
guys,
gosh.
spoilers. Yeah, well, I mean,
No, it's not really spoilers because I've already read the book.
Well,
No, this is the
book.
second one, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Alexander's
Oh,
prologue.
spoilers for the book I haven't read.
Yes, that's how spoilers work. You haven't read
Oh,
something.
wait.
Therefore... Yeah.
Guys, it's too late for this.
Why is it so big?
I didn't make. I went for 16 because you said you want a bigger font. I'm going for something smaller. I'll try something smaller.
Go
maybe.
over. 16.
I think 16 is pretty good, to be fair.
16 is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
16 looked great.
Okay,
Put
and
it
then
back.
I actually need
Do it again.
there we go. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if there's a
Means
way
to-
to I'm not sure if there's a way to change the paper from A4 to A5 on Word, but that might be another way to account for some of the issues that have occurred.
Big,
Again, I
big
didn't know
book.
that.
Big book syndrome. Your book isn't aesthetic enough for Emily's principalities.
That is a common
No, it's
theme
not.
with as far as like the stuff that we do.
You should see the books on my shelf. Half of them were brought because they're aesthetic. None of them are happy. Apart from, I don't know. It's definitely not Misfit. Maybe the Jacob's book. I have some old childhood books up there that I just don't have the heart to get rid of. And then you get to like my top shelf is maybe fairly happy. You get to my second shelf, it's all Five Nights at Freddy's and manga. My second shelf is a bit of manga. All murder mystery books, all death books, all suicide, but death. And then the three that don't fit on the shelf. I think one's a D&D series book. I don't know what that is. The Lost Herald Mage. I don't know. I brought it in London and it was had money off, and I was like,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, I need to fix chapters next because now they're like, what's going on here? Hey, we're not in the right spots. And I'm like, shut up, I'm trying to fix you.
If you don't like the look of 16, I recommend trying 12 because Times New Roman is pretty standard. It's also pretty large.
Yeah, that's no, I know. I'm fine with 16 to be honest. It might be a little bit too big, but at the same time, I know a lot of people like big bones, so it's like it's whatever. I am like eventually plan to do like some sort of like special editions where all three books are into one book and they're like into like 3 parts or something like that. I'm not sure for that, but that is like one of the ideas I had in mind.
That'd be pretty good, actually.
Yeah, because like I didn't expect it to be a novella. Like I was expecting to be like a short story, but then when my mom was like reading, I was like, "Oh my god, it's a novella!" I'm like, "Yep."
Oh, spoilers!
Yeah, spoiler time. Oh, weather pops. Yeah, because I think Bon asked before, like how like at the very beginning of this, like how far I've got into this. I'm splitting the episodes into parts because again, I'm trying to streamline the proceedings. So I'm gonna do what the original series did, and also what some of the other people did in like pop stuff. And I will just and I will start off with shorter versions of the episodes, and then I will eventually, as KW says it here, also want to compile them into like the full-on episodes afterwards. And yeah, some of this actually has been like lifted straight from the original script that that Midnight Unknown did. Some bits here, but like most of this is me trying to fill in the gaps and
Also,
in different ways.
speaking
This
of-
part here was taken from the other. That's gonna be like kind of the whole thing is like, you know, Aidan line or Jacob line. It's gonna be Midnight Line or Jacob line is the new version of that game, I think.
Oh,
Well,
speaking
Jacob and Aidan line is very, very obvious. As someone who
Also-
writes with you two, it's so obvious.
I mean,
Aidan's
yes.
response, okay. Jacob's response, summarize. That's an exquisite idea. We should scream that at Aidan. All right, let's go.
Only reason why I'm doing this to my second book than my first book is just like I just don't honestly want to re-edit again because I re-edited my first book for the second edition like maybe 10 times. So it's like I don't really want to do this again.
Yeah, there does come a point where it's just like you feel trapped by your own story. Yeah, like I get that. That's also why like after the second edition of Erasmus came out, my mom actually read through it again and like came up to me with like a whole like printed like pieces of paper because she likes to print these things out. And like they have like a whole like list of like either like questions or corrections. And I started working through some. I was just like, oh, God, I'm doing this again. I literally just updated this. And I'm doing this again. Oh no! I have to come back to some other stage, and I still haven't.
sticking to my idea where all 3 novellas going to be one big book with different parts and stuff like that, yeah, they're going to be all in like the same font and stuff like that. But for now, it's more fact like, hey, this is like an experimental like series. Like I actually am trying to work hard on it, so this is like a test run, and it seems like people really enjoy it. Like my family has been enjoying it. My some of my friends have been enjoying it as well, and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I'll just continue this
I
series
enjoyed
for
it.
now. Yeah.
Like, I can
Kiddo, you have friends? Sorry. I have a compulsory need to say that joke every time someone says, "Oh, I showed this to my friend." No, you don't have friends now.
Also,
You don't get friends.
I will say this out loud that I considered turning Monster Compendium into a book. Mostly because I haven't had the time to edit. But then I
I'm
was
debating
like,
whether or not. Oh, sorry, go on.
but then I considered, well, if I write it as a book, I won't get to design characters, which is the one thing I love to do, even though I'm, color deficient.
Oh, I was like, wait, this is not. And I was like, oh wait, no, never mind.
I was gonna say I've actually considered whether or not like turning Quest: The Rising Sun into a book, because I think that we could like apply the world's like sassiest narration of all time to it, and that would be
No, like I
hilarious
was
novelization.
I thought funny, like to continue. It sound like Chris just have like comment straight like skits, and they don't necessarily have to be canon unless everyone say, yeah, this should be canon or whatever. It just have something for fun so people can remember those characters.
Well, yeah. See. Here's the thing about Quest: Rising Sun. I'm gonna guess that by the time that the campaign is done, by no fault of Vin, that we're not going to feel like we've reached the end of our character journeys. And the reason for that is because obviously Vin has like the campaign already planned, and has used that same version for like different things. So there will come a point where eventually there will just be no more content that has been prepared. But yet, because we have spent so much time with story that Vin was not prepared for because of his specific style, that we're going to end up wanting to continue it in some way just to like wrap up the character arcs, or to have like a whole like, I don't know, whatever other season would be on by point 4 or something, I imagine, if we're going by 3x structures. Something to that effect, just to like, tie up all the loose ends. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen.
Oh, speaking of Quest of the Rising Sun, if you guys need a one-shot again to fill in a time slot, I have a pre-made one-shot campaign.
We're also thinking of like doing a beach episode at some point.
No,
I really want to.
No.
What's wrong? Beach episode.
Just
Beach episode.
no.
Like, I think beach episode for Emily would be awkward because she is the only child.
Children love the beach. What are you talking about?
I know,
This
but
child does not love the beach.
not every child loves water, Jacob.
I should probably
what?
I
was gonna say, what doesn't? Lumina doesn't love many things.
Lumina's a funky little thing, okay? What's she gonna do the whole time? Complain, like...
I don't know.
What's her modesty?
She could use like prestidigitation or something to make the world's most gigantic sandcastle or something. I don't know.
If we do a beach episode, Lumina's entire goal will be to ruin it, and I need you all to know that. She's going to be casting shape water every 3 minutes and just drowning you guys. Which, by the way, is a cantrip, so I could do that as much as I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, Hera and
Lumina
Nathaniel are
tried to
flirting,
ruin
not
Nathaniel,
anymore.
you
Now
are-
Hera's drowning. Like,
No. Lumina is ruining Hera's and Nathaniel's date. Like, imagine.
oh my god, guys, now I want to do a beach episode. Never mind, I'm good with it now.
This is the thing about beach episodes in general, is that it gives the characters a different setting and a chance to shine in some other like more like relaxed environment, minus the drowning aspect.
Every time I think of beach episode, I think of the greatest beach episode of all time, which was in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Which was called The Beach. Yeah. It's a great example. It's not the only one, but it's a great example. So yeah, that's exactly what. That's why I love beach episodes so much, is because like of what it actually has to offer, like as a concept.
Okay, I think I fixed this book.
It gives the characters so much room to breathe. Also, sorry if you hear me wheezing. I do that every once in a while.
You're all good.
My lungs are fragile, baby.
Alright, you know what? Since you guys told me, I let you guys have one small sneak peek of Alexander's prologue.
Oh, okay, all right
Poor
then.
gal's fullest.
Jacob, if you could
Mind
please
logic.
narrate for us.
I was already getting myself ready for this. I knew this was going to happen. All right. Okay. Carson, who was Amia's friend, was fighting my sister. Because I used my vial of blood to control her, told her to kill her so-called friends. I was
Why'd you
fighting
use
Crow, who was taking... Because Alexander's like he's both posh and menacing. Because I mean, he lives in a mansion.
No, I was gonna.
Things.
That's not your voice. Your voice is grand, amazing. I was gonna say, why is the connective at the start of a sentence? Can you do that in English? Is that a thing? Could I have
It's
used
not
connectives?
ideal.
Okay,
You're not
I was gonna
supposed
say,
to.
could I
You
have
know-
been using connectives at the start of my sentence this whole time?
Like, you're not supposed to use it, but some authors do use connectives at the start of the sentence for dramatic effect.
Yeah, or if it's
sorry,
like
it just looks
character
like
movies.
KW.
If this is the way that Carson collects his thoughts, then maybe that would make sense. I'll also point out that the who shouldn't be capitalized because it's like in the middle of a sentence. Anyway,
I don't know why that was capitalized, so I will fix that in the future.
yeah.
No, not fix
Oh,
it in the
also-
future. Fix it right now.
But by the way, also question: Does Alexander know Crow's name? I forgot if that was a detail. or
Yeah,
not.
he does. He does.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, carrying on. I was fighting Crow, who was taking care of him. Who was taking care of Amia, you could say.
What
He
is
was
this?
trying to get the vial.
Okay.
He did
Can I-
eventually, and I was beaten up, but he was too late. Sorry, go on.
like I was going to point out for a second, why does this narrator voice sound like Ulrich from Monster Compendium?
Okay, you know what? Let's do it this way. KW, what does Carson sound like in your head?
Well, this is Alexander's prologue. This is Alexander's point of view.
Sorry, Alexander's. Sorry, that's what I meant. to say. What does Alexander sound like in your head?
He is very can be imitating, kind of a party person. People would like him and stuff like that. He has barely a French accent because he tries to be fancy.
Oh, I see. He's an irritating git.
Yep, basically, yep.
Oh, he's an arsehole. Got it.
Carson killed Amia. I sat up and looked at her body.
Oh dear, spoilers.
He was holding her and crying.
Oh, oh, maybe I should have finished it on the train. Oh dear.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, you
dearie
absolutely
me.
should have.
I didn't think this was what
See, here's the thing. There's a very unique thing about a Misfits, which I guess we can talk about now on the spoiler territory. Yeah, one of the things that we were actually told to look out for in creative writing class is that if a story is written in the third person, there's a very high likelihood that the main character is going to die, because if you do it in first person, theoretically, because they have to live to tell the tale, you can't really do that. Well,
I mean, you can. I do it all the time. It's great. You get to list their thoughts and feelings as they slowly bleed out, as they dramatically go, and then you can always end you end with something dramatic, and then it stops or something, and then you could switch POVs or your story just adds. Sorry, I absolutely love writing.
Emily,
yeah.
I am so glad that you mentioned that. KW, do you mind if I read the last passage of Misfits, the first book?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Carson. I went after him again. He teleported behind me and stabbed me. I felt myself getting control back. I looked and saw Crow was gotten the vial, but it was too late. I was falling to the ground, but Carson caught me. He took the knife out of me and hugged me as I was fading away. I could hear him crying. My vision began to blur. Everything felt so slow. I slowly closed my eyes. My body was starting to limp. I could see my memories flashing through my head. Then, I was gone. I was dead. Everything was silent. I was no longer alive. To be continued. Sorry, that last part took me out of it. I forgot how that was.
Okay, that last part should have just ended with I was
Also,
gone or I was
uh,
dead. We didn't need 3 iterations of the same sentence at the end.
KW, I'm going. Hey, KW, I'm going to put this in your DMs.
Oh no.
Teleports behind you. Nothing personnel, kid.
Oh, I mean, Ripper, Amia, Amaya, however the hell you say her name, I don't like her
Wait, hold on.
anyway. I've read
Can I
3
do that
pages,
for
don't
the
actually like
second?
her.
I need to hold on. I'm looking at the hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Well,
Nothing
Okay,
personnel,
it was something different.
kid.
anyways, let's go back to
Well, I think the second is we meant like fix the formatting mostly, right? Not like act like changing the story.
What? Yeah, it wasn't like supposed to 100% complete the story, like the second edition. It was more a bit more details and more emotions, cut parts out that doesn't really make sense, stuff like that. But I forgot to change the ending, so it's the same.
Oh, KW, your writing style
But
really,
to be honest,
really.
I will say this: Emil likes to extract things, kind of, if you think about it.
KW's book is the single most greatest and worst thing I've ever read.
Let me just be perfectly clear about this. I am dead. I am no longer alive.
Guys, I think she's dead, but the 4 iterations of the same exact sentence from her own point of view, explaining she's dead over and over again. Do you understand she's dead? Guys, do I need to tell you once again, she is in fact gone. Dead. In case you didn't hear me the first 700 times, she is dead.
This is the reverse of the opening of A Christmas Carol, where we start where we open with Marley was dead in that one. We now have this.
KW,
Anyway.
I thought the ending was like a weird thing, like, oh, she's reiterating she's dead because she's going to come back to life in a future book.
I will not say anything, but lips are sealed.
That would not.
What's up with you and people coming back to life? Oh my goodness.
Well, remember, this started off as the same. This started off as the same story. I pointed this out. Like, I tried to be subtle about it. I didn't want to spoil the book because it had just come out by that point. But I did point out when I saw like Anastasia fall off that cliff, I was like, wow, if I had a nickel for every time that a KW main character ended up like dying at the end of something, I'd have to a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Like, I gotta say, Klamai and your first book reek of amateur writing in the best, worst way possible.
I was gonna say, I thoroughly hate your writing style. Probably why I got bored so quickly. Sorry, I'm just reading through this, and it was like, I was laughing, but I was also in shock. I actually was confused how other friends were in shock. This is the definition of what every single writer tells you not what to do. It's like, you know, the thing of show, don't tell. KW's telling. She's mansplaining this book right now, okay?
How? Oh, no, wait, how? I mean, yes, the last part, but like...
Well, your first long paragraph has, I was laughing, but I was also in pain. I felt her pain. I was actually so confused. Like, I was myself again. You know, he was angry. Her other friends were also in shock. Like, it's just the definition of telling.
Okay, I can actually elaborate on this one because that's something they also talked to us about in like creative writing at uni. The difference between like saying to someone like he was angry or something like that, versus what like other authors will do, for example, where it's like I could just like, you know, you like, for example, if you have someone saying like you could like you like his knuckles were white from having been clenched so much and his brow had been furrowed for hours versus he was angry. That's the difference there for a lot of people. And it's like, okay, you're doing like a bit of like the extra, well, they're describing like body language.
So
Or in the
that's
case
the
of like
thing,
a narrator thing and a turn emotions, that
sometimes
yeah.
I like to do that, and sometimes I don't. And there's a reason why. It's just because I feel like I have to keep talking about, keep describing how angry they're like going into so much details. When like, could I just say that he's angry? Like, we don't really need to know that much details right now at
Like,
this
you
moment.
don't-
But then
I mean,
it's
this
just
doesn't
bad
have to be, like,
writing.
so much. It doesn't have to be so much. I mean, so some of the time, yes, but you can like change something for like like he was super shocked versus like he looked like he'd seen a ghost or something like that, but like or he looked like a
Right.
kid on Christmas, that kind of thing. That would technically that would still count. And that
Like,
wouldn't be
I
too
have,
bad.
I have an excellent suggestion. Let's just say you wanted someone to feel somebody else's pain. Let's just say main character, I punched this other girl. I punched her, but for some reason I could also feel the sensation of being hit. My face hurt from impact that hadn't happened. I looked around and everyone else looked like they had seen a ghost. The shock reverberated through the room. It just didn't feel real. It didn't feel like it happened.
Yeah. Versus, I guess the alternative would be, I punched this girl and I felt that I also had been punched. And as I looked around the room, everyone was shocked.
Right, yeah.
Something wasn't adding up. Yeah, okay. So,
I would keep those in mind. It's just more like when I was writing the first book, and I was trying to add more, especially in the second edition, adding more details. It felt like I was just like writing forever just to describe how angry this person was, and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Like, why does it not feel right?
Like, KW, I'd not advise putting too much detail. It's called flowering the language.
Yeah, I try not to, like, if I try to add a little bit more details, then it starts being too much details. If I add too little, then it's too little. It's like, I can't find that balance. It's very hard.
Well, this reminds me of an exercise my English teacher did. I think I'm projecting because someone wrote the sentence "I was angry" in a like a starter question the other day, and they got yelled at. So I think I'm projecting.
Okay.
She just like gave us.
You're going.
She like gave us some words and told us to put in a sentence. One of mine, again while using Final Break setting, was her malevolent attitude caused our downfall. Instead of just saying like what she did cause us all to suffer.
Yeah. So like I said, like probably Misfits is technically my first book. So yeah, I will know for a fact like, okay, it has a good story, has good concept, has decent grammar and stuff like that. But however, yeah, I could do much better. But I'd rather just, at least keep like some and stuff like that. And then when I get to like actual like bigger books that I really want to focus so hard because I know I can do better and stuff like that, I will start, actually, looking into writing better and stuff like that. Because right now Misfits is technically a novella trilogy, and it was just like an experiment to see, hey, to see if anyone likes it. And I actually even asked people, be honest, please be honest. And people said they enjoyed the book, and I was like, okay, I'll just continue writing book 2 and book 3.
Like,
book 3 would be the last book, and then
like at KW, the reason I never told you or I enjoyed it is because I bought it here recently.
Okay.
I wanted the
I haven't
opportunity
finished
to read.
it, so.
I wanted the opportunity to read through it before giving a valid criticism of it.
No, that's fair. Yeah, like yeah. So that's why. So like yeah, I am probably using simple stuff at the moment. But like with second book right now, I am planning to make sure it has a bit more stuff than like the first book. I want to do better and better as it goes along. Like I said, the first book, the second edition took like 10 edits just to figure out what I need to fix. so now like the second book, yes, right now it's in the rough draft. So technically this is a rough draft. What you're looking at right now is a rough draft. I like to basically write the ideas first, write the characters, okay, this part they're angry, this part, this is what they're saying, stuff like that. And then go back and go, what do I need to add or remove?
Yeah, I've just noticed because I'm going through like the book that I'm writing right now. I actually did both of those things. I actually said, I said Tamara was euphoric, and then I actually described like the way that she like would laugh and like jumped like crazy and other stuff like as they carried on. So I guess ultimately, if you really want to, you can do both, I suppose.
I think telling works when you use like more complicated words, because when you use the sentence and I quote, "He was angry," it sounds. I don't know the right word. I'm just gonna say sad. But when you say something like "he was infuriated," like then it's automatically grade 9. I don't know.
You know what? I'll read the passage. Well, I'll translate it because it's in Spanish. So I'll translate it as I go. Okay. So so Tamara was euphoric. She was laughing and jumping around like crazy, dancing with the most incredible school project of all time. She laughed and I laughed, but heartily, truthfully. For one moment, I forgot that I didn't like her. I forgot that she ruined my plans and that she was a disgraceful person with a superiority complex that was so infuriating as her very presence. The teacher better give us extra credits. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say those two do not like each other this far.
Yeah, I promise. I will promise this. I know this sounds like I will never actually keep my promise, but I am trying to plan to, as I'm writing like the 2 other books, to get better at it with storytelling and with descriptions and stuff like that. Because I know for a fact, like, okay, the first book was good, but it was not that good because there are still errors in it.
Yeah, the more that you do something, the better you're going to get at it in general. That's how that works.
Yeah,
I mean, I refer back to the example of Mutant Girl Season 1 versus Mutant Girl Now, or I guess
really, as much I want to fix everything in the first book, I just know I can't because it will get overwhelming. It will just never get released.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you need to like go back and like make a bunch of edits for this. Like like
you need to go make edits.
And then,
No. I just wanted to give you more, like, it's because, like, I remember trying one time where I was like, you know what? I'll just do the first chapter. It just refixed. I scrapped the book because I was so focused on the first chapter. And now, let your ideas flow first. Let them flow. Figure out your characters. Figure out the story. Get the skeleton out, and then clean it.
I did the same thing with the first, like, the scripts of the first episode of Monster Compendium. That's how I realized that, the plot moved too fast. There was room for almost no character in it.
Mm. Yeah.
It was all skeleton, no flesh.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, anyways, you want to finish this part?
Yeah, fair enough. What did I get up to?
I think
Carson killed Amia. That was the last bit because we went into a whole tirade after that. Okay. All right. I sat up and looked at her body. He was holding her and crying. I was laughing, but was also in shock.
Why is
My
your French
sister
dipping
was
into
dead.
German?
Gone. I felt her pain.
That's a wrong type of fancy.
I actually was confused. But after a few moments, I was myself again and was laughing again.
Austrian.
I take out the second again, but yeah. Carson glared at me. He was angry. Cole couldn't believe it. They didn't save her. Even the other friends were in shock. Crow ran over to Carson. I could hear him talking to Carson. Because I hadn't moved, I was still in the scene. It's the ears, I have hybrid ears. I can hear things.
I just want to reference the Carson. That last sentence did not need to have Carson on the end of it. You could have just said I heard him talking to him because now it's just Carson and Carson. Carson and Carson and Carson and Carson and Carson. We get it. Your name is Carson. Go away. I'm sick of you. You killed him here. I don't like him here. But go away.
I will say that Amia actually kind of reminds me of Hero in some ways. A little bit.
I promise you, I did not copy and paste.
I know you didn't. I'm not. I said in some ways,
No,
not
no,
every
I know,
way.
I just wanted to clarify. Like, I promise you, that was just.
No, like honestly,
Mafia assassination, same thing.
like a KW, we are
She was part of Amir was part of a mafia as well. We didn't
Like,
get to that part of the book.
KW. The reason we're going through and nitpicking the prologue is so you can improve it, honey. We're not trying to, insult or degrade your work in any way.
No. I'm just like,
I don't know. I'm
rough
insulting it.
rough
So
draft. This is the rough draft.
But I was
of
talking
the
about the previous work because of the whole like Amir versus Hero thing. That's Amir's dead right now. You can't really
Yeah,
I'm
talk
insulting the
about
current
he doesn't
work.
have one.
Anyways,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Pro is British.
Right. We need to go. We can't stay here. Cole told Carson.
no, you sound
You
like
could tell
an
that Cole was
NPC.
British when he was talking.
See, we need to go. Like,
Can't stay here, brave adventurer. We must move on.
Bro's about to give
I
me a
always
side
imagine-
quest.
Yeah, when I was like reading like Crow in my head, I imagined with like a gruff voice in some way, not necessarily British, but yeah. Anyway, even though you could see his mouth moving thanks to his you couldn't see his mouth moving thanks to his stupid plague doctor's mask. She's gone, Crow, but I can't leave her here. I can't. I forgot what Carson sounds like. Carson cried. Carson cried. He was still holding Amir in his arms. Take her away from here, then. She doesn't belong here anyway. We need to go. Carson picked up Amir's body and ran away with it. I didn't understand why he took the body. Was it because of Crow? He did literally just say, but anyway, he did say Amir didn't belong here, but she was dead. I could feel it. Crow looked at me now. I could tell he was angry. He held the vial tightly. Do you not care about your sister? You killed her! How could you, Alexander? Crow asked me. I rolled my eyes and stood up. She wasn't my sister. Simple. She was a ghost that needed to be killed, I answered. What? A ghost? You think she was a ghost? But she was alive, breathing, bleeding, dying. Soaring, sighing, bleeding, dying, wrist in a stole cartoon. Yeah. You can't kill a ghost! Yet I did. Well, Carson did it for me. So what's done is done. There's nothing you can do about it now, I said, and walked out of the building. All right.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Also-
Audiobook version, when?
Girl.
I am planning to.
Also, KW, I sent you the "No, I am behind you" TV tropes page.
Oh,
He's right behind me.
he isn't he? Yeah. It's a classic. It's a classic.
Well, if you guys will,
It's true. So I think it's funny. Nothing personal, kid.
what Carson is, I have deer, and he's able to teleport it for a certain feat.
So
Yes,
he has
as
flash
deer
then.
are known to do.
That's my favorite
Like the
deer
fact that,
feature.
okay, like I was gonna say, the fact that he's
Teleportation.
half deer is true, but there's also I'm not sure how relevant that is to what happened here.
Yeah, no. Like you get more close.
If deer could teleport, Bambi would be a different movie entirely.
I could teleport because I was a deer. What?
Like
He's
it's
a
so-
deer that was cursed to be a human with antlers.
Like honestly,
and
KW.
also, for record, another thing that I really like about this that you went with the deer being cursed to become a human, not human becoming cursed to become a deer, which would be the more obvious example. It's like
Yeah.
Dolphin Man actually. Started off as a dolphin, then
Dolphin.
became half dolphin, half man. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
the more unique that way.
honestly, KW,
Anyway, here's the
we nothing personal, kid. Like you did
Do
the
you
trope.
want to have
you,
a bad time?
Like you did the trope, KW. You have to lie in this bed.
I did not. I was doing a trope. I can promise you that. My brain.
You're troping up
when
the
I'm
place,
right-
KW.
No.
Goodness.
Here's the thing. When I write, I don't think about tropes. I just think about the story. So when people point out tropes, I'm like, Oh, okay. I didn't know I was doing that. Okay.
Like, honestly, tropes are not a bad thing.
No, I never said that was a bad thing. It was more like when people put out certain tropes, I'm like, okay, I didn't know
You're
that.
just like, just more or less surprised, yeah.
But I obviously am trying to make sure I'm not doing like some like the terrible bad tropes that like shouldn't exist.
Oh
But,
yeah.
Like
You know,
fridging. I hate fridging. I hate it very, very much.
that's a new
Honestly,
one
I
for
need
me.
to make a video
What?
about tropes I hate. Okay.
What's fridging?
Fridging is when you kill a character off screen with no fanfare for the sake of
Oh!
making another character upset.
Why do that when you can kill them
Oh.
on screen and go into in-depth emotions about how they feel about it?
Well, I don't know. A good example of this trope is Carrie from Fallen Angels.
Yes.
Well, she
I
died on
know.
screen. It was just terribly done. There's a difference.
Well, she died on screen in the remake. In the original, it was off screen.
In the original, it was off screen. So Aidan is, one of the perpetrators of my least favorite trope.
Like if
Yes,
I
but to give Aiden credit, we have never like let him live that down, and he will never do it again.
yeah no if I do actually do that trope, I will probably make sure it has like
Oh, hi, John.
where it's not like a character off screen. It's like they know that they're gonna die and you never really see it, and it becomes like a mystery to solve. You know, if it's supposed to be like a mystery novel of sorts, if a character is you're not sure how they die or something like that. That's like the only thing I would
Murder
probably do if I
mystery.
did that trope specifically. I'm not doing that necessarily in Misfits. Can say that.
Oh,
But
well,
if-
now I don't want to read it
We know-
anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say we know how one of the
The one-
characters dies in that
The
one.
one
Well,
thing-
okay. Well, I will say this. I may kind of am planning to do that for the third book. I will
Like-
say that, Emily.
Okay.
the one
Oh,
thing I
well,
hate-
now I have to read the other two. God damn it, kiddo, you. Stop using marketing against me.
Give me money, Emily. Give me my money. I deserve it.
one thing,
Cole was dead. Oh well, what a bummer.
but one thing is
And then
that,
I died. The end.
But going back to like
Cole is
the
dead, and so am I.
But going back to the fridging trope again, because this is important. One thing about the fridging trope is that the fridged character is never mentioned again. They
Okay, so that's
for
the
all
issue.
purposes,
Okay.
disappear
Oh,
from the
wait.
story entirely.
Oh, in that case, Aiden didn't do that because Carrie got brought up a couple of times, mostly to make like the Who joke, but it's just still was
Mainly-
mentioned a couple.
Like, man, when I do character deaths, I don't want it to be known,
And
or
she
if
appeared in
it's
prequels.
or if it's like a mystery, supposed to be a mystery kind of novel like style story, then yeah, I want them to try to figure out how they die or something like that, and then still be mentioned about it because they maybe have connections to this character and stuff like that. Grieving and stuff like that. Like I don't like it when like, oh, the character is dead. Okay, anyway, so this is what's happening at the cafe, and I'm just like, wait, hold up on a second here. You're telling me this character
Okay,
is dead.
I don't mind that, except for I read a really good example of this. I don't remember the book. It was like a split chapter book. One chapter, a character just got like died, like tortured and died in front of another one. It then switches over to the other character. La-di-da, I'm walking to school with my friends in a field. Next chapter immediately switches back. I looked at my friend's dead body, staring coldly after this girl, the other girl, was just like, and I said goodbye to my friends and went to bed. I like it when
there is-
stories do that. I just think it's so funny.
Yeah, actually, Bambi also did that. By the way, after the famous scene, of course, you just have it just opens up again with like a beautiful field with some choir in the background and some nice flowers and birds chirping. It's like this feels totally inappropriate right now. But
Yeah,
actually, one thing I do like about that about when sometimes that happens is that if it happens like if a character like dies in a place they're not going to find them and everyone else is acting the same way they would normally, then what you have for the rest of that running time is the impending dread of when they eventually find out about that and that.
Yeah, I like that. I like
ticking
that.
clock situation.
Like there is one trope that Aidan has kind of redeemed for me. I hate character resurrection. I think it is stupid and useless.
Yeah.
Until Adam's mom came back in the Fallen Angels. But Adam's mom coming back was a temptation for Adam to see if he would go against his greater morals and side with Abraxas. I also hate Abraxas as a character, but this one moment redeems this trope for me.
Same with
I hate him.
Thingamajig with Lana. Actually, what's his name? The boy, the thing,
Tommy.
the
Yes.
Tommy. Thank
The
you.
same thing with Tommy, yeah.
Like, Adam's mom coming back was Abraxas's test of Adam's moral character.
Yeah.
And
No,
then he kind of ruined it by letting Adam keep his mother. Adam just got his
yeah.
cake and ate it too. He doesn't have to compromise his moral character. His mom is already here.
Yeah. No, with Misfits,
Oh
I will
my
say,
God.
with a character Steph may or not come back alive. I am going to go with this joke, Jacob. Okay, I want to keep going with this joke. I do not care.
Go on to continue. All right, the character that is dead, that is not breathing, that is no longer alive. Yes, that one. Yeah.
I really hope she just comes back alive and dies 10 minutes up. That's another one of my favorite tropes. A character comes back alive and all the cast is filled up 10 minutes later. Oops, killed them again.
It's like Bon Bon the birthday clown. I told you I'd be back, just like my candle.
Right. Anyways, so the character that may or may not come back in the second book, who knows? We may just have to wait and see until the first book comes out. You know, the reason why this character may or may not come back to life is because there is an actual reason. It's not because I just want to bring the character back to life. If I want to bring the character back to life, if the character is coming back to life, but you know, that's what I said. Like, I want to do character restorations for a reason, not just because I just want to bring them back. Because if I just want to bring them back, that's just stupid idiocy. Like, why? Just why? But if there's a reason, like actual lore and stuff like that, to the mystery of the resurrection, that's what I like.
I can actually think of a mechanical reason how it could be possible, but I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm pretty sure if I do, that's going to get rewritten, if I'm correct.
There's also one thing about...
I promise you, I am not like Scott Cawthon with security breach.
There's also one thing about Aidan's character writing in general, of Adam's mom, and Aidan's characters in general. Aidan works on the perspective of waste not, want not. If there's a character, he's going to use it. Even
or
if
they're
they
going to
were
die.
mentioned.
Or
they're
kill it
going
off,
to die.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the difference.
Which, to be fair, apart
few
from the
exceptions.
Carrie instance, he does death pretty well. Definitely did not cry at two of them at all. We don't
Definitely didn't get that on camera. You can see that video on this very channel. if you want to check it out.
definitely didn't get it on camera or off camera.
Season
or
6, episode 2 review. Yeah.
And then there was that one death.
No, season 2, episode 6, part 2 review.
And then there was that one death. Human, I might be an angel, but I'm going to give you this important thing. Try not to die. Dies 5 seconds later.
Right,
Yeah,
anyways, Jacob,
I actually one of the biggest like discussions Aidan and I had was whether or not angels should die or not anyway, because they're already like supposed to be like dead and immortal. And then he mentioned angelic weapons, like what on earth are angelic weapons? Anyway,
Also,
go
Jim,
on.
I just want to say, like, technically, what if your projections, no matter what, I still kept it the same because I literally don't care. I'm just like, well, he just had to find out whether he's right or wrong. If he's right, then he's right. If he's wrong, he's wrong. He's just had to find out himself. I don't know what
Okay.
So, yeah, if you want to say something, then go for it.
Okay, all right, fair enough. My prediction is that because we see like the fact that the vial of blood is still being held, that means there's some sort of like essence to it. So if the vial gets either like destroyed or reversed in some way, then suddenly her heart can start pumping blood again, potentially. That's my guess. Anyway.
Which just want to reference, depending on how long her body would already have been decomposing by then, and it would not work at all. Just want to reference that would not work, and it would be either viscerally disgusting
Okay,
through magic
this is-
or just not work.
Emily, this is a story with werewolves and vampires in it. Do you think zombies are out of the question?
Well,
I mean,
yes, Ghosty. What's hands up? Good job.
I wanted to put my hands up because I can't talk very loud. Also, I was gonna go back to the example of Adam's mom. It was a test of his character, but then he kept his mother, who came back from the dead, to test his character. So Adam got to have his cake and eat it too, which is one thing I'm really confused about. Jacob, did you have any say in that?
I was gonna say, I kind of wish his mother just
not-
died again. If he said
Okay,
if he just
about-
didn't.
Yeah, well, about the well, yeah, you would think that Abraxas would have some way to reverse that, but maybe potentially not, because I mean, Abraxas wants to
We'll just
reverse
stab
deaths,
her
but he, like-
again.
well, see, this is another thing about Abraxas that I didn't get. Is like he wants, like his whole idea is like getting rid of the concept of death, but yet the first thing he does when he revives is like killing 2 people, which I'd never understood that part.
Like killing 2 people and absolutely mind controlling a third person.
Killing
We're not
2
gonna talk
people,
about
one
that.
of
If
them
he's
being
willing-
his actively loyal follower, by the way.
I am just
Exactly.
looking-
So if he's willing to kill people, he could have technically done that to Adam's mom again, to like re-reverse that procedure, I
But-
suppose.
From my perspective, it's like it's not much a test of character. You just kind of gave him a freebie.
Yeah.
Why did
so,
Abraxas give Adam a freebie?
Yeah, so the test of moral character thing, yes, I did have a say in that one. As far as like the saving of the character, I think because like Aidan wanted Adam's mum to be part of the story in general, so it was always
Like-
going to end up going in that direction. So
It-
unfortunately,
like, I
yeah, no,
think-
not that
like,
part.
I think it was supposed to be part of the character. I just don't like the setup of it having to be like a moral choice. Like, hey, join my side and you can have your mom back from the dead.
I think like the Alana and Tommy version of that is probably a better
Yeah,
handle because it was done over a longer period of time. Then again, I might just be biased with characters voiced by Shorty that end up being kidnapped in season 2 for an extended period of time and have their morals questioned. Maybe that's
Like-
just a thing. I don't know. If I had a nickel,
Honestly, the Alana version did it better because it was like, hey, are you willing to forsaken your morals for your mother, your birth giver? Or are you going to continue on the right side of history and be a part of the good guys? If you want to join my side, I'm going to give you a major temptation so you can, jump ship and join my side. But no,
like it's also happened in Suicide Squad.
it didn't. It also happened in Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad did it wrong. But it's still. Listen, that movie.
I have definitely seen Suicide Squad, guys. I know
that movie is
this
that movie is
reference.
straight garbage. But
Mm.
it's just the fact that it was supposed to be a moral decision, a temptation to join the side of evil, and then Adam just got to keep his mom? Abraxas could have kept Adam's mom as a bargaining chip, and she still would have been in the story regardless. It just perplexes me. I don't like that. I don't like the writing decisions around Adam's mom in general, and just bringing her back into the story for me.
Felt really
It
weird,
ha-
right?
it has a purpose, but the purpose is kind of not that good.
Yeah, the thing with like Fallen Angels is that yeah there are so many characters that will just like linger for a long time because of the waste not whatnot, but also because there's like something that's going to happen with them. I mean, it has this like the same issue that I had with My Hero Academia back in the day of having like 60 different main characters, but it doesn't have the solution of that, which is a longer running time in order to and more episode counts in order to use said characters. So that's that's where I draw that line.
I have a question. I don't know if I think it's more of an Aidan-based question. What's the A? I know Adam's like the good guy and he like the doubters too. What's their aim? What are they actually doing? Because aren't they? I thought their whole thing was like also not liking death, but they're going against Abraxas who also doesn't like death, but they like the system, but they don't like the system. And what's the goal here?
Okay. So yeah, this I can explain because I mean most of the time because there's the philosophy of Fallen Angels mostly end up falling on my territory anyway. Because they always ask me for me about that stuff. So the difference is like the doubters have been like engaged in a peaceful peaceful protest for centuries with the Angelic Society about like the way that death is actually handled. They believe that it is inhumane because based on like how Greek mythology handles it, it basically is for most people. So they don't like, and also they don't like how the fact that it seems so like unjust as well, like who ends up being claimed like before their time and such. But their method, of course, is to again like not to escalate that, not like start like an outright full on conflict, but try to actually start like actual discussion. That's why I use like philosophers as their main focus, because most philosophers were peaceful by nature because they use their words and ideas to put something forward. Adam took that to an extreme because he's the one who actually took action, saved somebody against the rules, and then went on the run as a result. And that was the original premise. When Abraxas came around, Abraxas became an even further extreme of what Adam was doing, where instead of like where Adam realized that his like impulsivity end up like negatively spiraling a little bit, but Abraxas was actively trying to do what the Doubters wouldn't, and actually starts like a proper revolution that would change things by force. So there's the entire like range of differences there.
But Adam also changed things. So I know he's tamer, but what's his goal that makes him go against Abraxas?
Well, it's the fact that he realizes that death does actually serve a purpose. He doesn't like the way it's being handled, the same way the Doubters don't, but Abraxas wants to eliminate it as a concept entirely. And it doesn't matter who gets in his way, because ultimately, again, I guess also, this is where Aidan jumps in. Abraxas is willing to kill to get what he wants, which I was like, kind of goes against that a little bit, but I don't know. That's the part
kill one of his most loyal followers. I would
for example, that would never make sense. But I mean, just in general, the fact that he like goes to that
justice
extreme
for Jason.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Of course.
I'm just over here listening and everything, like to understand, and also just looking at what part 1 of book 2 is called, because I did that with like the first book, part 1. This is part 1, and then we get to part 2. I'm looking at part 1. Do you guys want to know what part 1 is called?
What?
It's called 2 months has passed.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll just have to see what's gonna happen.
It's just
I just imagine like a time card, like in SpongeBob or something.
Why go see what? Why are you silent?
Yeah.
Why are you silent as soon as I said 2 months has passed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why?
Again,
What did I ever do wrong this time?
I'll also say there was like a period of a jump period of months in Clamai as well. So again, the different they branch away, but they're still share a core, I suppose.
Here's the thing, like the reason why I do like time jumps is because I don't want to keep writing it on if that's like the same day and stuff like that, because I felt like it would slow down the story. Now there are times where I do write it where it's at the same stuff after like the first book or whatever, maybe like a few days afterwards, but it's still within like the same week or something like that, for example, right? So like for example, let's say the DXAU story that I'm writing, right? There is a part where after everything happens in the first book, a week has passed by after the events of the first one, but it's still within the same year and stuff like that. It's just only like a few days that passed by or whatever within the second book, or like the second part. I don't know how long is the GX book, but I know for the first part, the first arc is done. There's like 3 arcs in total so far as I've known. So yeah. So but like with Mrs., I know there is going to be a few like time jumps, if that makes sense. Not like super big time jumps, like 5 years later, like oh god, no, it's more of a like, it's still within the same year. It's just either a few weeks have passed by or a few months has passed by. Like that's the only time jump I will ever do. A few months or a few weeks.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, that is fair. in my case, I like to do like weeks, weeks time jump sometimes, or days or however long, basically,
Right.
within like one particular book. But then if there's like from one book to the next, I might say, okay, maybe like a year or 3 years have passed by from the previous book, and that's how I do that. But yeah.
Right. No, like I mean, I think maybe eventually, if I do want to continue the Misfits story, but in like a different like arc, if that makes sense, because like Misfits book 1, 2, and 3 is part of the first arc. It's called Misfits for a reason. So if I want to continue that story, I will probably call it something else, kind of like what Rick Bryan did with this Percy Jackson series, So, but still will have the continued story. I would probably say, yeah, years have passed by, But yeah, that's all I'm really gonna say because honestly, I'm trying to make sure. I need to make sure I stay focused on writing stuff like that and not let Jacob get into my head because I'm scared Jacob's going to somehow get into my head and accidentally change something and I'll be like, wait, no!
The vial is destroyed and she will rise as a zombie.
Like, honestly, Jacob, one thing I want to do, and one thing I've thought of doing, is sending you Monster Compendium, but as a full narrative story, so we can go through it together and kind of pick out what doesn't work.
Okay.
Because I think that would,
okay.
but I think that would be better for me than a lot of scripts.
So yeah, I have to try to remember the original plan for the file and stuff like that because if I actually do something where Jacob predicted, I'm worried that means Jacob thinks I actually wrote it just for him, and I'm like, no.
You said you weren't going to change it. Like I made a prediction based on like where I thought like the book was going logically. I'm not just being like, oh yeah, watch.
No, it's more of like I'm at like the last final stuff, and so that now they're at the point of like talking about the vial and stuff like that, and some important person in there, as well, who's gonna explain some stuff about, a character may or may not have come back to life. We don't know. Like the second book hasn't come out, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But so
we have school tomorrow. No, I don't. I start
A
Tuesday.
character may or may not have come.
right. And so I try to make sure, okay, what is the original plan? Do not let Jacob go into my mind because I cannot change things. I must not change things. I cannot be like everyone else who just changed things just because of Jacob said something.
I'm speaking into my mind, in your mind, KW. It is me, Morning Frost. Anyway.
Do not take the cookie.
Okay.
I don't know what to say to that. I really don't.
Well, it's an Adventures reference, so yeah, depends. Oh my goodness. Anyway, just to wrap up, in case Johnny is still here and hasn't seen it yet, Weather Pops. It's happening.
We're doing it.
Yeah, Weather Pops. Weather Pops. I don't know about it, but I'm excited.
And this is technically already a second draft because it's based on the original episode 1 script that I got from Midnight Unknown.
Jacob,
yes, speaking of...
cooked you a logo. It's a real quick thing. Have you seen it?
I have, and I put it on screen before. Thank you very much.
I don't actually speak of parts.
Made it because I can't sleep. I'm highly medicated, and I'm really sweaty, and I can't sleep.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Please be okay. It goes.
I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for the past week.
Oh, no.
KW, do you know what's wrong with me? Do you want to know? I have a respiratory infection.
Oh, I hope you feel better. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's just, and for some reason, my body is not fighting at all.
Right.
So I've had to be on increasing levels of antibiotics.
No, I was just going to
I'm not all right till the sunlight. Gonna stay up all night. Come on, work with me. I'm medicated.
God. Don't give Ghosty any ideas, please.
Well, I mean, Ghost is going to do a Dua Lipa parody or something tonight.
Probably, if she can't sleep, probably.
No, actually, I'm probably just going to watch the Hetalia movie again.
That too, okay. Well, no. Oh, I was. Oh no. I was gonna
Listen,
say. No.
I can't resist the
Are you
media
sure it's
that
gonna
has.
help?
I
Are you
can't
sure that's gonna
resist.
help you relax?
Listen, I can't resist the media that has my husband in it.
Well, yeah,
course.
but is that gonna help you relax? Every time I do the impression, you have a
Yeah,
reaction.
that's because
I feel like if you watch an actual thing, it's gonna be even worse.
that's because when you do the impression, you usually jump scare me with that.
Fair.
Well, the one clip I've seen of the guy, he jump scares someone from behind. He does the "I'm right behind me" trope.
I will. No. I'm just gonna ask Jacob like one thing real quick. If we're gonna end the stream soon. Oh, Emily is gone, and she went to the shadow realm.
Yeah, so it seems like we are like wrapping up now
Yeah.
anyway. But
So
yeah, Tony
just
got
one
the
quick
idea.
question. How's part 2 going for the Maddie's video? I just thought to ask that real quick.
Yeah, I will say I have not even had like a moment to even consider working on that. Like everything was going on with like the moving, the desk, the touring, the meeting with the principal, the like just making food or whatever. Like most of my time has been like, oh, okay, whenever I like actually have a moment like, okay, I'm gonna watch some TV. Oh look, my Spanish edition of watching Miraculous on actual Spanish TV. I get to do that again now. I'm gonna do that now. That's my thing. Yeah.
But honestly,
I am planning to do that tomorrow too.
Honestly,
On
now
Spanish
that
TV.
now that we have a full list of Maddie's ults, I am scared. How do we know she won't just jump the Maddie channel and get on another channel and do the exact same shenanigans?
Who knows?
Oh, you mean like create like a whole like different thing?
She
I mean,
already has multiple ults.
Wait, she was supposed to do. I'm just doubly checking something. She was supposed to do a live stream an hour ago.
Wait a minute. Why we're talking? Wait a minute. An hour ago, I think we were talking about her on this stream, weren't we? Was that like a response?
Yeah, it says waiting for God to first create. December 27 is scheduled at 6:12 p.m. For me, my time is 7:18. She's like way an hour behind. What is she waiting
right.
on?
Oh, you mean she hasn't started? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. She hasn't started.
Maybe she's waiting for this to wrap up or something. I don't know.
That's kind of scary. If she
or honestly, she might have just forgotten about it. So I don't know. Like that happens sometimes.
Classic Maddie. I don't know if that's actually classic Maddie, to be honest.
I don't know. To be honest, I've almost done that too sometimes.
No, and everything to say anything that is a sin, that's classic Maddie. Let's just be honest.
But anyway, I'm going to ascend into the heavens. Not ascend into the heavens. I'm gonna
I am going
go
to
do
see
something
what's
else.
going on with my house because my siblings decided not to celebrate their birthday yesterday, but today since it's movie night. So that's pretty fun.
Okie dokie. I'll see if I'll see if I'll see if Miraculous is on, and I will also I don't know, make myself some pasta or some rice or something.
Miraculous.
Simply the best. That's what things go wrong. Miraculous, the Oculus, the power of love.
The Oculus.
So strong.
The Oculus.
I am leaving. Extreme, right now.
Please hit the like or dislike because your mouse got done so ready. And on that note, until next time, farewell.